Hi. Hello. It's me, the local virtual baker, Saltea Kichee. Hi. Hello. Hi. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are faring well today. I hope you've been having a grandiose day and all that whatnot. I'll be honest, I don't have a plan today. I just kind of felt like in a good mood today. Yeah. Felt like in a good mood. Might just wanted to turn going live, and yeah. There are some small things I do plan on doing today, but the thing is that I didn't want to limit myself to just doing this one thing, because it's probably not honestly gonna take that long. Sorry. For one thing I actually want to do is actually just make bread. I want to make some bread. The season is coming. It is November, and if you know anything about November, it's all about food. And I have taken it upon myself to be very selfish, because my parents, they can cook good food, but I can cook better food. So, I am making. Everything has not been knocked up to 20. Like, oh, I make 1 loaf of bread a week, I'm gonna make 5 now. Okay, so in that sense, probably not knocking it up to 20, but you get the point. Like, I'm in overdrive. I'm trying to make as much stuff as possible, not just because, oh, bread is such a quintessential thing when it comes to... Sorry. When it comes to, like, you know, Thanksgiving, if you are American. But also, what is it? I also need to make a lot of stuffing, and if you know anything about stuffing is bread and mirepoix with some herbs. It's simple. It's if you think about it, it is savory bread pudding. So, I actually need to make more bread. Hi there, Peanut. So anyways, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I've been trying to make a lot more bread recently, but it's also in tandem with, what is it? Tandem of doing all the bread nonsense and all that, too. Tomorrow's my day off from my job and whatnot, so I actually do plan on doing a whole lot of baking then. I am going to be making some bread, obviously. I think I'm gonna make some sourdough, and, I actually do have a recipe book here. I have been... Here, let me get the smart board down here, since, you know, good visual stimuli, as I would hope, and, well, not hope, but as much as I would think you lads would like. A bit of visualization of what my machinations inside my silly CPU is like, and all of that. So, yeah, I'm still working on Fenari. Still very much working on Fenari, on making her into bread. I will say I've been getting closer, and I have learned something very important. Holy hell, buckwheat flour is very absorbent. Here, let me actually look for So I did make another loaf here. I did make another loaf of the Fenari bread. And it had significantly more rise than the other one, which was just, for lack of a better word, flat. Like a foot. It was like an elephant's foot, I suppose, of just like flat, sad bread. But what is it? Now it kind of rose up a bit more. Now it just has to be... So usually when I make bread, it usually rises from like right here, and it goes to like almost like right here. We are pretty much, if you want to be very technical in a way, We are 2/3 the way there. We just need to get that extra third here. We need to get a little bit taller, just a little bit more. But I know the secret of how to do that, and it's just not a secret. It's just less, well, not less, but less buckwheat. So yeah. Hello, I was in Fenari's chat when the bread talk was going on the other day and decided to follow. Ah, well, welcome in. Gonna do some more bread talk today, and honestly, I might just do a bit of talking, might do a bit of a yapping. I might make some bread today, actually. It just kinda depends on how I feel. If you know anything a lot about me... sorry. I play a lot of things by ear. So that's usually how I go. We're just gonna play today by ear. If things go in a way I like it, then you know what? I might make some bread today. If I don't feel like it, well, I'm not going to. I think it's, yeah, I don't need to explain myself there. But yeah, there has been actually a few fun things I'd like to talk because there's some fun stuff that has happened. Good evening, Lung. Hi. There has been some funny, silly stuff that has been happening in the salty livelihood because, as you all know, I am not just a baking AI, I also am a cooking one. Unfortunately, I have to work as a full-time cook and whatnot, and some funny stuff has happened at my job, and you know what? I've been telling everyone about it because it's so obscure, alright? It's so obscure, it's so stupid, and I'm still doubting myself that I am just in the wrong. Like, I know I'm not in the wrong, but I just feel insane because I just feel stupid. Like, am I stupid or like? Let me explain the sitch because it's really weird. All right, so at my job, my lead, not my boss. He's not my boss. He is a lead. He kind of leads a kitchen. He's not the sous chef because if he was a sous chef, he would be doing something different. But he is not a sous chef. He is not my boss, and he is a lead. He's like a manager, if you will, but he's leading the kitchen. But early in the week, I guess he and I had a bit of a debacle, and it's really petty and it's really stupid because like. I didn't realize, but I guess he was using plastic wrap. I thought I was staring at it for like a good, 2 minutes or so. So assuming that, oh, you know what, he hasn't been using it for 2 minutes, so I might as well just grab it because I need to use it very soon here. I just grab it, start unpacking it, and, you know, just carrying on. He comes over, panders at me, and says like, what the hell are you doing? I was using it. Are you stupid? I was gonna use it for my thing, and he's just doing the pandering and small shit talk and whatnot. It's just like, I don't care. He's normally like that. It's a pain in the ass, but you kind of get used to it. So it's just like, okay, whatever. So it's like, okay, he's gonna give me a hard time. He's gonna pander. Okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna go get my own plastic wrap because our kitchen's very big, it's very huge. So we usually have one in one area, one in another area. So I go get another plastic wrap. I put it in the area I'm working in, which is the other area. And then he comes back to me, noticing I got a plastic wrap, and he says, you know you can use that other one, right? You can use it, right? And it's like, something just clicked inside of me, and it's just like there's something just clicked inside my brain, and it's just with all of that just happening in this slew of just a bit of time. It's just like I couldn't just bite my tongue this time. I just had to go out and just call him like, you are being a baby. You're being a goddamn baby. And I guess he got upset about that because he started pandering again. He started just saying some silly stuff and whatnot. And it's like, I in my head, he is at the base of it all because I think a little bit more clearly now ever since I've been on these antis, but I just think so clearly now. And I'm just like thinking like he's getting upset because I called him a baby, but at the base of this problem, he's crying over plastic wrap. At this point, it's just like, we're going too deep into this. You're taking this too far. you're telling me like, oh, it's etiquette, this and that, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, it's not. That's your etiquette. And it's like, okay, whatever, I don't care. And I don't say I don't care, but I just look at him and say, your legs ain't broken. You're still working. I got my own plastic wrap. It's not that fucking deep. You are crying over plastic wrap. It is not that deep. And I don't have anything else to say. I don't need to say anything else. I repeat it like 2 or 3 more times to him, and then I just walk away and go back to my job. Just go back to what I'm doing. The entire day of that day and the following day, he just, from what I've been told from my coworkers, because I disappeared for 3 hours, he apparently, he was like in a bad mood, moody, like sporadic and this and that, and it's like, okay, he actually is just being a baby. And like, I don't know why he's being a baby, being called a baby, because this guy has the tenacity to call me a child every opportunity he could, and I don't like it, but at the same time it's like, okay, sure, call me a baby, call me a child, a man-child, I don't care. I call him a baby once and his entire world shatters apart, and it's like, I don't know. And I've just been thinking about that for the past 3 days, not out of guilt, but it's just like, I'm standing in my chair because it's just like, I can't think of it. I can't comprehend. Like, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for just instigating for such a little small thing of like, hey, I stole your plastic wrap. Oh, okay, well I'm gonna go get my own plastic wrap. Oh, you're pandering at me now because I got my own plastic wrap. I'm gonna call you a baby. Oh, now you're upset that I called you a baby. It's plastic wrap, it's not that fucking deep. And it's like, there's circumstances. I like that every single thing in life is case by case. In my heart, I believe everything is case by case. It's one thing, like let's say he was using plastic wrap, alright? He was using plastic wrap to like wrap up food that was going up in like 5 minutes, and it's like, okay, you know what? You take priority. You have something that is coming up within the immediate future. Priority, I probably wouldn't even touch that to begin with. He was upset over something that was going to something that is needed to be wrapped, that was preparation for the next day. Like, am I insane? Am I stupid? Am I the asshole? Like, I don't know. I don't at the crux of this all, to be honest with you, I still don't care. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna report this because it's just like, it's fucking plastic wrap. If he got fired over goddamn plastic wrap, I think then I would feel bad. But it's like, we're crying and complaining over plastic fucking wrap. It's not that deep, and he's making this a lot more deeper than it is, and it's like, it's not. It was a misunderstanding, I guess. At the end of the day, it's like, oh, you're gonna use that? Okay, I'm gonna go get my own. And then when I do that, he gets upset, and it's... there's something I'm not picking up here. It's just like, I don't know what's his major malfunction. Is it personal? Because the moment it's personal, it's like, I don't care. That is your life. That is your personal life. I am not involved with it. We are in a workspace. We are working. We are not crying over personal matters. Also, I just want to say, small little thing. I'm just gonna rub salt on my own wound here because I love rubbing my salt on myself, I guess. Rubbing myself, I guess. But like, I've also been very nice to this guy. I would like to think I'm nice to this guy because a lot of people talk shit behind his back, and it's like, you know what? He's not that bad. He does do a lot of stuff. He's a bit of an ass, but it's like, hey, you can't really knock his work because he does a lot. I can still call him an asshole now, but it's just like, hey, you do a lot, but you're still a bit of a dick, and it doesn't hurt you to be nice every once in a while. Like, hell, he had... Okay. for one thing, he had a wedding for like one of his family, I believe. And I think he asked I think he asked like 2 people. I was one of 2 people that could help him. At my workplace, at least. At my workplace. And I said, yeah, sure, I could help. I didn't expect to get paid. But he told me I got paid, so like, hey, that's nice, I guess. But like, okay, small little fucking details aside. I said yes to help him out with a family member's wedding. And it's like, you know what? I don't care. But looking back at that, it's just like, man, I've tried being nice to you, you know, I tried being nice to you, and you're quite often a dick to me, and you know what, if I do these things, now it's an issue. I just don't understand. Am I insane? Am I crazy? I don't know. What the hell? What the hell? Over plastic wrap of all things? That dude sounds hella petty? Like, that's the end of the day. Like, on one hand, it's really annoying, because this is extreme amounts of petty. Like, hey, I'm gonna say it. If you want to be petty, ooh, I can be petty too. 2 can play at this game. It's fine. I'm fine being petty. And also, I don't know. Sure, you want to play this game? I'll play it with you. But yeah, Jesus, how pathetic you gotta be to whine about plastic wrap. I know. Like, I was talking to someone else, and, you know, they said, like, hey, you know, at the very least, they could say, hey, I was about to use that. I'm just gonna take it back, and you can have it afterwards. You know, something like that, you know, being nice, courteous even. Like, I don't know, especially since he's the lead. I could set a great example, you know, leading our team, and it's like, I don't know. Maybe I got him on a bad day, okay? And you know what? If I got him on a bad day, well, shit. I guess. I have my bad days too, but I'm not a complete dick. Yeah, sorry, I've been meaning to talk about this because it's just, I don't know, and like I'm a very in the back kind of person. I'm a person that doesn't deal with all these shenanigans because I don't care about these shenanigans. So now that I'm involved in said shenanigans, it's just like, oh, this is happening now. Why is this happening? This is a waste of both of our time. This is the waste of both of our time. And you're wasting it on this, and it's like, okay, you have nothing else to do with your life, I guess, so sure, alright, fine. Neither do I, so, oh no. Anyways, that aside, hey, I am making bread still, today, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna make, sourdough still? Well, okay. No, I know what I'm gonna make. I plan on making some loaves of sourdough because, well, it's time to make some sourdough. I need to make some sourdough so I can intentionally make it go bad, because if it goes bad, that's when I can actually use it for stuffing, and I need a lot of stuffing because apparently I make really good stuffing? I don't know, maybe I'm just a little silly. Because I don't really understand how I make my food so quote unquote good. Like, if you want, when I make stuffing every single year for my family and whatnot, it's kind of the same standard thing, and I don't really write down a recipe. It all comes from the heart and all that, you know? So it's just like, you know, stale bread, carrots, celery, onion, some thyme, some rosemary, some sage, little salt, pepper, garlic powder, egg, chicken stock, you know, it's just all this stuff, and it's like, I don't measure it, I just kind of play it by ear, you know? I don't need a recipe for this stuff. When you work in, like, food and whatnot, and, like, you work with food every single day, the idea of a recipe comes kind of irrelevant, because especially if you're just cooking, you can kind of always play it by ear. And also on paper, when you cook food, it's not always gonna taste the same. It's gonna taste a little differently, and like your carrot isn't gonna taste like that carrot. Blah 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 blah. So adjustment is always needed. But I guess I got a good insight. I guess I don't know. I just want to just play it by ear. I just throw stuff together. Taste. Yeah, it needs more of this. It needs more of that. But apparently, I make a really mean stuffing. That's for what that's worth. Oh yeah, I also use butter in MSG because, of course, butter makes everything better, and also MSG, the Asian is showing. I apologize. I guess I don't know. So yeah, I had to make a lot of sourdough, but I'm not sure if I want to make like a sourdough loaf like I normally do for my Thanksgiving stuff. Usually when I make bread, I often make a whole loaf of sourdough, like I am doing for Fnari. I just make a whole loaf, and it's good. But at the same time, it's like, oh yeah, then you gotta cut it and reheat it and blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking, do I want to do it differently this year? Do I want to do rolls? Do I want to do this? Do I want to pre-slice it? You know, all this sort of stuff when it comes to being, I guess, stupidly bread, just wanting to perfect the idea of bread. I love bread. I don't remember but there's like a Japanese word to just always striving for perfectionism. There's not one word that describes it more for me than me striving for the perfection of bread, because enough is. I'm very much of the person that's like, oh, enough is enough. But there's only one contradiction to that, to where enough is never enough, and it's bread. There's never no such thing as good enough bread. There is always better bread. And I am trying to make the best bread as I can because I love making bread. I think it's really fun. So yeah, that's that. That being said, so far, I actually gotta write this down because Fnari's bread, I've been working pretty hard on it in the sense of like, okay, how do I adjust and make this into a good loaf? For one thing, I actually have to dock down the amount of gochugaru I have. Not that it's an issue for me. Well, I might. It's weird. Ugh. I don't know what was okay. So when I talk about her bread. No, okay. Rewinding. The spice content, it's good. I think it's really nice. It's not terribly spicy. It's not terribly unspicy. So it's in that fine line of like, it's perfectly spicy. And I don't know why I was about to go backpedal and go like, yeah, you know what? That's too spicy. Let me just not do that. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at its normal grammage, I guess. The only thing I've been kind of playing semantics with, the thing I've been kind of the most confused with recently, is the buckwheat. The buckwheat is very confusing because it's very absorbent in comparison to like whole wheat flour. Usually when I make, like, I usually sometimes just mix up my like sourdough and whatnot. You know, I'll add rye, I'll add whole wheat, or I'll add like ground milk, fresh milled flour and all that whatnot. So what is it? I usually do like, I do like 100 grams of whole wheat and then 250 grams of bread flour, and that usually works fine. But for some reason this time, in the past 2 times I've done, it's just been flat. It's been flatter than I can't think of anything quirky or quick. Flatter than paper. So it's been fairly flat. It has very little rise, and I'm very interested about that because it's buckwheat flour. It's not organic. Well, the buckwheat flour I have is organic, but that aside, I'm not sure if there's anything in buckwheat that should be hindering the growth of the rise. And since I'm gonna be making a lot of sourdough, I think I am going to make a minor adjustment. But I'm also going to make normal sourdough so I have a control group. So it's like, okay, was it just because the sour starter was weak? Or was it because there is too much hydration or something, you know? But I have been taking a lot of note of that because the buckwheat flour is very absorbent. Even at 100 grams, whole wheat flour I work perfectly fine with. But for buckwheat, for whatever reason, way too wet. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. I am also trying to make a conversion here because as much as I like to believe that people want to have sour starter, as much as I would like to think that people have sour starter at the ready, I do kind of acknowledge that, hey, what if you don't have sourdough? I actually do have a conversion that I often use to where it's like, oh, I want to make bread, but I don't have sour starter, so what do I use? Usually I actually use a 1:15 ratio when it comes to sour starter and yeast, and that usually works fairly well, though it's a case-by-case basis, because what if your bread's sweeter, has more salt, etc, etc, so it's all case-by-case at the end of the day. But when it comes to just like a basic bread like this, it's usually 1:15. So I think so for 80 grams, 80 over 15, that's like almost 5 to 4 grams. So I can't do my maths right now. Hold on. Yeah, it's like 5. It's like 5 grams. So if you were to convert this, you would need 5 grams of yeast, and you could use that in your conversion. And there you go, Bob's your uncle. You got bread that can rise. So there's that. But I do want to specifically make this into sourdough just because although making it with instant yeast would probably yield more consistent results, I do want to still go with that base plan that I had with Fenari because she wanted sourdough. I'm gonna try and do sourdough. You know? You want sourdough? I'm gonna do sourdough because that's what you asked. So I'm gonna try and do it. So yeah. But it's funny because it went from 100 to 70, and now we're going to 50. I don't think I want to do any less than 50. And if I do any less than 50, I might have to do more bread flour. Because the issue with this all is the rise, but I also feel like it might be in part to strength of the dough. Because usually when I make this bread, it's just like, okay, mix it together, blah, 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 throw in a thing. I can put a little bit more love, a little bit more effort into it, and try and actually make it like gluten development. Even though that, what is it? Even though that I, say that you don't need to knead your bread, kneading your bread still does have its benefits. Though at the same time, when it comes to sourdough, I've been doing just a single fold because I'm lazy, and I've also been kind of more or less looking for flavor. When it comes to Fenari's bread, the flavor is quite phenomenal. It is quite on point. It tastes pretty good. You can definitely taste the buckwheat. It's very comparable in the sense of like, it reminds me of like a nice savory soba. Man, and I'm actually kind of thinking, because I am actually still quite hungry. I would like to make myself a quick meal. But I made myself, actually, I didn't even have dinner yet. Because I just realized, like, oh yeah, what did I eat today? My only thing I ate today was like some pieces of asparagus. That was I actually need to actually properly nourish myself, and especially since I can now. Like I have the means. So yeah. Sorry, I'm sleepy. What is it? Sorry, I'm getting sleepy. Look! Oh? Look! I'm looking. Look! Please, no, Mr. Ramsey, please stop yelling at me. Please stop yelling at me. I already see. Hi. Hi, Cybele. Hola. Hi.
I knew it was over here, but... Thank you.
Oh, you did move.
Oh my god, nope. Get the gun.
Is that the back rooms?
Reload. I'ma just...
He's stuck in the door.
Got him?
I got him. He was stuck
I'm
in the
just like, I'm closing the door just in case he comes running at me.
That's crazy. You would sacrifice your pal just for that? E.
door.
Ah, you're right! Ah! Why are you raiding me again? Ah! Stop that!
What the fuck is this?
Why are you raiding me again? Hi. Well, hi again, Saibu.
Oh, I got
Oh. Oh, wow, isn't that funny?
I'm not trying to think of things. It's just that my brain's going in a different direction, and it's like that's not.
Your
what I'm
brain
thinking of.
just fixated on it and was just like, oh, we're gonna take this train right over here.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you know that train looks kind of shiny. Looks kind of new. I haven't seen it before. I wonder what's inside. Oh wait, or is it moving now? Well, I guess we're on this ride now.
We're stuck here. Oh wait, there's oh nope, there's no rail there.
Ah, that's awesome. That's funny how... That's funny. Oh, wow. It's... Chat, it's me! Chat, it's me! Oh my god! Did you see that? It was me! Surprise cameo of myself on my own stream! Ah, that's funny. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, just going on side tangents is fun. It's funny, I have been able to go on more side tangents recently. It's great, it's nice. Salty on TV, Ma. Yeah, Ma, I'm on TV. Look at me, I'm on the big old screen right there. So yeah, I do actually need to make some food though. So that, and also since I've been thinking about soba sounds pretty nice. I should probably also go really quickly outside as well, because I need to go harvest some scallions? I don't know. Yeah, I got some scallion outside that I kind of grow, so I need to go grab some of those, wash that, have some scallion with my soba, toast some sesame seeds, and all of that whatnot, along with, in tandem with this all, to, to make some bread. Because, of course, I want to make a lot of bread. I want to make some sourdough and whatnot. I actually am quite curious, now that this is in the back of my mind, the back of my brain. I wonder if there's an event tonight when there is. There is a Thursday Thrills event at 10 p.m. So, I don't think I'm gonna be streaming for the next 4 hours, and if I do, please bully me to go off so I can go sleep. But, yeah, no, I do want to, maybe we'll talk more about, like, how we did last week, like, how we were just talking about bread and possibilities and whatnot, and, like, what is it, trying to gauge ideas, if you will, so we can do that as well. All case by case. But we'll see. We'll see. Alright. Sorry, I just need to I need to take a second here. I did a lot of talking, and with that talking I did, I need to drink a lot of liquids. I need to drink a lot of water. Speaking of water, I hope you guys have been drinking water today. I hope you've all been staying hydrated, because that's good for you. Water is good for the body. If you're sad and depressed, drink some water. Are you having a headache? Drink some water. Is your mouth dry? Drink some water. Are you dying currently? of dehydration, you probably need to go get a snack. So yeah, just saying, water. Drink some water. Take some moment to drink some water. Ooh, what kind of bread is this? This is the bread that I am making for a VTuber. Her name is Finar. Hold on, let me pull them up. It's this silly thing. It's this silly moth. Making bread based on her. So, yeah, she gave me ideas for doing Korean influence and being a sourdough base and being a touch spicy. So that's why we went to this consensus of doing like a sourdough buckwheat sort of ordeal. So yeah. And if the water doesn't work, try salted water. That is true. You know what? Don't drink salted water. If you're gonna do that, you might as well just drink a bottle of Dasani. It's the same difference. If anything, Dasani might even make you more dehydrated, so that's even better. Okay, you know what? I've been doing a lot of talking, a lot of what ifs, a lot of, hey, I should, but less I'm going to do, and this and that, and you know what? Wasn't planning on making it a cooking stream today, but you know, things can change in the mind of someone who is as broken as me. I'm so mentally broke. Like, do you not see the amount of squiggles that is coming out of my head right now? Alright? Do you know how annoying this is? How annoying the squiggles can be? It's like, I don't know how I can make the comparison to something that is virtual to someone who isn't virtual, because this is very not a biological process, but it's concerning. Alright, give me a second here. I'm gonna really quickly send you onto the outro screen, because I don't have a BRB screen. So give me a sec. I'm gonna send you guys to the another screen for now as I get something. Actually, you know what? No. Balls to the wall. We're just gonna go do this. Watch streak. Oh, you're on a 3-stream watch streak? That was hard to say for some reason. Hey, congrats to you. You've been watching. You watch all 3 of my streams. Yeah. You see, there used to be someone that was a bit of shrubbery. He used to have perfect attendance, but now he's I don't know, he's probably living life. I'm not sure. Give me a second here. Just gotta now move the microphone over, and I gotta get my means of turning into the flesh body, of course. Hi. Okay, we're so back. And if wanted, oh. What is bro doing? Hi Q. I have no idea what I'm doing today, but you know what? I'm where I'm below. I'm not gonna talk anymore. I'm just gonna do. I hate talking. Never again. I am making bread because I don't know what to do today. I have lost control of my life. I'm just now doing stuff, and I'm gonna be doing things. But hey, not like you ever have control of your life, right? So, also I just want to bring this to. I just want to. Also, I would recommend if you're on YouTube side and you're just tuning in,
Daily bread
daily
making.
bread making. Of course, you know it, sister. My God. And also now, since people are actually kind of coming in at this point, I kind of do feel the need to kind of reiterate, because you guys missed some very spicy tea, because my coworker is being very, very funny recently, and I do not understand why he's being funny. TLDR, I'll give you the quick spark notes, the synopsis of what happened. Guy got mad that I took his plastic wrap. I go get my own plastic wrap. He gets mad I got my own plastic wrap. I call him a baby. He gets upset. I told him, you're getting over plastic wrap. It's not that deep. He's in now bad mood. TLDR. Yeah, what a wonderful world we live in, huh, folks? I mean, but I'm not bothered by it anymore. I gotta say, I keep saying it, but these fucking antidepressants do wonders for ya. I have a spine now. Oh my god, would never imagine such a thing to happen. But yeah, he got mad. I don't understand. People are weird. If you want to go watch, if you want to go talk, if you want to go see me just talk about the whole explanation, just go to YouTube or check the VOD later. What's with you and cat ears? Why do you do this to me? Why? Do you hate me? Yeah, we're gonna actually turn this around. You hate me? Do you want me dead? Also showing myself as a fraud. I'm not wearing a yellow shirt today. I'm sorry. I've decided to not wear yellow. You can cancel me, I guess. Let's see. Also, Q, you're actually the right person I wanted to talk to, because I wanted to tell you about a craze I've been having. Be careful or I'll make you wear some at Offkai. Ha! Like you could, like you can, you can't make me do that. Yeah. I sure told him, huh? Yeah, take that. Uh-huh. That thing? No. Yeah, no. Okay, I got it. Yeah. Yeah, but this is also kind of like a pseudo cooking stream today, because I also kind of forgot to eat today. So I need to put some food in this silly system for now. This flesh body that I must house for the stream. So I kind of think I need to eat some food. But before I eat some food, I want to make bread. Because what's more important than food than making bread? Nothing. Maybe talking to your friends. But I'm already doing that as we make food and bread. So it's like that's already done. Yeah. What? I don't know what happened there, and you don't need to ask, because nothing happened. No, man, those certainly were noises, and they did certainly come out of me. So anyways, I'm making sourdough today. I'm also making, what is it? I'm making that, I think I said this 20 times today already so far, but you get the idea. I'm making bread of the silly moth. But I also am trying to make some sourdough as well. So I'm gonna see how much sourdough I can make, because as you can see, my boy Wheatley, he's kinda thick. He's kinda big. He kinda grew up big and strong, and I don't know where this accent's coming from, but you know. Because I don't know, so I hope you guys know. Maybe I'm having like a mental existential crisis. And you are all now my therapist. Please don't be mean to me. Okay, I can make at least 3 sourdoughs of this. Awesome. Fat ass sourdough. What the hell? Why you calling my sourdough fat? Fat ass sourdough. Damn, that's, you know what? That's not nice. What if I called you fat? Ah, yeah. Oh, it feek. Yeah, it kind of feek. When the brain go brrr, weird stuff happens and accents just appear. Just like a shiny Pokemon's. Alright, so 220, 440, 6, oh well, that's quite funny. 660. Oh no, I just realized this bowl is way too small. Ah, okay, well. Well, since I'm making a lot of sourdough and all that whatnot today, I'm getting out the big ol' my special professional-esque Cambro because, yeah, I need to make a lot of bread. This thing holds up to 6 quarts worth of dough. This thing does numbers, let me tell you. It's also very reflective and it's kind of scaring me, but I digress. I don't really carve because sometimes I feel like a fat ass. Hey, listen. Isn't that what people want nowadays? Don't people want a fat ass nowadays? Like, isn't like the thing of like dad bods and like all this sort of stuff? Like, aren't they not? They're not obese, but you know they're a little chonky, a little bit more to love and all that. I guess, yeah. At least I didn't get stuck. I once spent a whole shift with an Irish accent. Oh, impressive. Why? How? Whomst? Why? Many questions are arising right now, and I'm not gonna ask them. Have you ever tried to think about stop being Irish? You know, it's a question of the century, you know? If you somehow get stuck being Irish, you can always you can always just stop being Irish. Can't do. I was tired and my brain just stuck with it. It just be like that, huh? 1005. Okay. No, wait, that's not true. I'm trying. Okay, no, 350. Okay, no, I'm bad at math right now. 350, 700, 1050. All right. I had to lock in with the math right there because I'm trying to do 350 times 3, and I thought, wait, no, 350. It's 1050. I'm Asian. I should know this math. Goddamn. Do my heritage wrong. I disappoint them. Now, wait, shoot. No, it's 6 grams of salt, so that's 18. There we go. Tell that to Donut. Oh yeah, tell Donut to stop being Irish. You know what? I think I will tell him to stop being Irish. You think I won't? I'm bad at maths all the time. I don't think you're supposed to be good with math to begin with. Math is definitely one of those things where it's like, it's definitely there. Whoa! Well, you know what? I think it's about time, you know, you gotta tell someone. Sometimes you got important things you need to tell someone. And you know what? You gotta tell him this, you gotta tell people to stop being themselves. Oh yeah, you're Irish, you say. Well, you know what? Stop being Irish. Ever thought about that? That's like going to me, you know, like, oh, I'm Korean. Oh, you gotta stop being Korean, and and honestly, that's actually not that hard of a thing for me to do. Oh yeah, you want me to not be Korean anymore? Okay, hold on. Give me some like chicken nuggies and like chili oil, olive oil, fucking.
Is it like telling someone to stop being gay?
Turn off the kimchi. Exactly. Is it like telling someone to stop being gay? I maybe. I don't know. Do I look gay to you? How would I know this? I'm barely Irish. Gasp. What are you gasping for? Are you gasping for like how phenomenally expertise my brain is of like how I'm not gay? All that stuff with that love and feeling jargon. Yeah, I don't really understand that stuff still. Hey!
Bread.
Funny how that was the yeehaw bread of all things too. Yeah, what are you gonna tell to me, Ah! Why y'all so mean? Ah! Why y'all so mean to me? That love was on your side. You're so lucky. I can't. You're lucky that my hands. Actually, you know what? This is you guys, and this is me when I fucking get you. This is me when I get you. Yeah. Right. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, this bread, it's this, lads, you loafers in chat, I don't care, I don't know. I still gotta think of a name for you guys, no? Hey, oi, hey! Stop that. I'm gonna tell your mom, alright? I'm gonna tell on you. I'm gonna tell your mom, I'm gonna tell your dad, I'm gonna tell your grandparents. Yeah! I'm gonna fucking tell you. Ah! I'm gonna tell your dad. I'm gonna tell your entire bloodline. You're spending your time watching this. You're watching this weird ass Korean guy in the basement making bread with a anime, and it's you're throwing bread at me, and I'm gonna tell your mom that, I'm gonna tell your dad, and they're gonna be questioning you. Oh no. Bro's still making bread while getting bread up. The only other stop you can do is I'm gonna tell your therapist at this point. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell my therapist about this. I'm not gonna tell your therapist. I'm gonna tell my therapist about this. Ah! Tread carefully, or I'll throw bread at you IRL. Oh, like you don't think I'm gonna QTE that and parry that shit and then throw it right back at you? Lad, I was throwing bread at people at Offkai. You don't think I can't parry that shit? I am the bread extraordinaire himself that I'm now calling myself. Like, look, chat, this is you And this is what happens when you're just mean to me. Yeah. You feel you feel intimidated? Yeah. You feel threatened? Whoa. Ah. Whoa. Ah. Hey! You hit like a flea! Well, I'm not exactly real, so, you know, I don't probably hit that hard to begin with. But boy, you know... Well, you know what? I might not hit hard, but you know what? I will hit you fast. Like, whoa, whoa. You're gonna hit me like, bam. You're gonna someone punch me like, boom, bam, and that's gonna hurt a lot. But I'll just go like, go so fast you won't even know what hit you. Getting baked. Getting baked is a completely different thing. Hold on. How many chatters have you bonked? How many breads have you eaten? I don't know how many breads. How many breads do you think you've eaten in your life? Crazy, ZZ. Zaza. And listen, alright? I can pick up. I'm like a goddamn ant. I can pick up things 3 times my own body weight. I'm not sure how true that is, but we're going with it because it sounds more intimidating. And also, I'm like 5'3". No, but 6'3". Sorry. I'm not 5'3". I'm just like 6'3". I'm like, you know, bodaciously strong. Bodacious? That's a word that. Okay. Okay, Brain, sure. Fucking use bodacious of all words. What the fuck? Why? He gave himself away. I did not give myself away. I'm going to... You know what? This... You don't get to have this now. I was gonna share you a Capri Sun, but you get no juice box. You get no juice pouch. I deny you of the simple pleasures of a juice. I gotta wash my hands now. Also, since Off-Kai's on the mind now, you know, something I've been actually kind of thinking about. Joke's on you, I already have my own juice boxes, so ha. Damn. Well, you know what? I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find where you live, break in your house, and steal all your juice boxes. I ain't gonna take your TV, I ain't gonna take your car, I ain't gonna take your dog. I'm gonna take all your juice boxes. Ads, what the fuck? Oh, there's ads? Alright, if there's ads going on, I'm not gonna do anything until they're all gone. Oh, okay, apparently the ads are over. Are the ads done, or? Okay, cool. Alright, good. So, if the ads are done, so anyways, as I was saying, Cybly, I'm going to break in your house, not steal your car, not steal your TV, not steal your dog. I'm gonna steal all your juice boxes. And then I'm going to, I don't know, drink them all. I'll just drink, I'll drink all your juice boxes. Only steal the straws. Oh, actually, that is downright petty and diabolical. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna just steal all your straws. I'm gonna steal your straws. You're not gonna be able to drink your juicy box. You gotta have to just slurp on that thing. Just kind of, I don't know, slurp the boy, slurp the lad. And all you have at the end of the day is just your silly little, I don't know, sad little thing that you have to then pour into a cup. And like pouring like a juice box into its own separate cup is like weird, because it's like, why would you want to do that? It's like the equivalent of like getting energy drinks and then pouring that into a cup. It's weird. Like, why? Just drink it from the can. You weirdo, you sicko, you strange. I mean, if I have scissors, that defeats it. Just stab the bottom with a knife and I'll be fine, or use scissors to cut the top. But that's weird! That's not the normal way to drink juice boxes! Scum! That's the equivalent. That works. I will say, you're sure that works. But you know what? That's the equivalent of eating soup with a goddamn fork. Sure, you'll get the content, I guess, but you're not gonna have soup in an enjoyable manner. Salty, do you know who you're talking to? I'm talking to a VTuber, I guess. So I guess there lies the problem. I'm talking to a VTuber. Weird. Yeah, I'm talking to a VTuber slash not affectionate. But what if the wine glass with olive or something? Like a are you suggesting that like you make a dirty martini with you're making a dirty martini with an energy drink? That's horrendous. I love that idea. Oh my god. Kill. You can't kill what has not been alive to begin with. The nice thing about me is that I'm not alive. I'm only sentient. I have no heart. I have no soul. I am me. I'm just sentient. I'm just kinda here at the end of the day. Slash kill. Slash kill. Slash ban. Yeah, take that. You wanna play with Minecraft? You wanna play Minecraft commands against me? Yeah, okay. Slash ban. Get banned, kiddo. A husk of a man. I mean, am I a man? Or am I just an entity? Am I a creature? Am I just... Who am I? What is I? What am I? I am all but a simple little guy, or I guess a little creep, a husk of a human. Okay, you know what? That makes more sense. You know, I can get by that. I'm only but a husk of a human. I'm only what I wish to be, which I kind of don't want to be anymore. Being human seemed kind of sad. You gotta talk to other humans, and they gotta cooperate with them. And then sometimes they aren't cooperative, and they like scream at you because you touch their plastic wrap. So it's like, yeah, no. Being a human fucking sucks, man. Oh my god. That being, anyways, you know something I actually probably need to do a stream of soon, just because, it's actually the right season for this. And, I actually ran out of my too much flour. I forgot, this is the buckwheat flour. So anyways, what was I talking about? Chat, help me out here. What was I talking about? Please. I know I was just being very mean to you all. I know I was just talking so much smack about you, and I was like showing you how much I would punch you. But please, help me out here, chat. The season for yes. I do need to make a stream, maybe next week or soon eventually. It's actually the season to make sourdough. Well, it is for me, but it's more or less the season to make kimchi. For some Korean households, they usually make it around September, October, November this time, because this is when Napa cabbage is at its peak. And honestly, not honestly, but also I ran out of one of my kimchis. And, yeah, I need to make some more kimchi. Well, I still have some kimchi. I have a quart left, but that's the thing. Only a quart. And I want more. I want 3 quarts. So yeah, I need to make some more kimchi. And honestly, I haven't made kimchi for quite some time, so I'm happy I actually gotta make more. The art statted. I have a speech impediment. I don't know. I buy kimchi because I don't want to fuck it up. Honestly, making kimchi is a lot easier than what you think it'd be. Yeah, so anyways, kimchi is a lot easier to make than you think it'd be, because all you really need is salt. And either a glass container is best, but plastic does work. Plastic is just kind of like, ooh, microplastics, ooh. But at the end of the day, you can just use plastic containers, it's fine. Making kimchi is very easy. You salt your cabbage, then you add stuff, you let it sit at room temp for 3 days, and then you taste it, smell it. If you want it more funky, you leave it out more. If you want it at what it is right now, and if it's perfectly fine for you, throw it in your refrigerator and let it age for a month. Or if you want to eat it right then and there, you can do that too. It's really up to you. That is the world you can live in. You can have it there, you can have it fermented, you can do whatever you want. It's your food. But aside from that, I do want to make other kimchis. Like, I really would love to make a cucumber kimchi, but I know cucumber kimchi kind of has a little bit of a lower shelf life, just because cucumbers are very wet, and they're a little bit more difficult to have at that kind of age, and etc. So there's that. But I also want to do like a carrot kimchi. One of my favorite things to snack on when I'm in the kitchen. I love carrots. I love carrots so much. Call me like a goddamn horse from Uma Musume, because I love carrots. Carrots are great. It's good little snacks, and especially when they're nice and sweet. Ooh, they are lovely. I need to make carrot bread again. That was quite cool. I also need to try making gingerbug again. I tried making a gingerbug, but then I kind of realized I'm not gonna use it, so I kind of forgot about it, unfortunately, and it just never... I just haven't been able to keep track of it. That and also ginger is fairly expensive, so I didn't really want to spend more money on it. Now granted, I will say I was doing this whole ordeal at my job, so I wasn't really paying for it, but still, it's I didn't feel like doing it. Would love to try and some actual proper ginger ale, or like a ginger soda or something like that. But still, I just didn't. Listen, I already have another pet I have to take care of, and it's this brat right here. Why do I need another one that's not only more time-consuming and expensive to upkeep, but also I already have one child, alright? 2, if you count me. I can barely, just barely, keep track of myself. And I can, I keep track of Wheatley, because if Wheatley dies, I die, But other than that, you know, if I had a third, it's like, God, I'm a single parent. I can't keep track of all these breads and what kind of people they meet and why are you making me a female? Ooh, jingle, jingle, jingle. Alright, well, jingling aside, it looks like this bread is a little bit more promising. I feel like this one's gonna actually turn out quite nice. I think this one's gonna come out the best. The buckwheat you can very much see, because the buckwheat flour has all these like little black splodges inside, so this looks quite nice. There's a lot of that, what is it? A lot of the gochugaru, so it screams a lot of spice. And now I gotta wash my hands again, because of course I made a mess of my hands. I bought a jar of kimchi and have been using said jar to ferment my own batch. Very cool. I encourage people to, hey, if you have the time, you should definitely make kimchi. It's like one of those things where it's like, you should at least do it once in your life if you like food, because it's quite cool. And it's also, I will say, quite tasty. I've had a kimchi that is from a fairly good restaurant where I'm from. It's like, the guy has like a Michelin star or something, and you know, it was a pretty modest place to go. The food was good and all that whatnot. But I gotta say, the kimchi was kind of missed. It was kind of a miss for me. It just felt really watered down and bland and kind of sad. Didn't really have much spice or capsaicin to it, so it was just kind of bad. So it was kind of funny because also my kimchi is unfortunately vegan, because I just don't feel like having salted shrimp in my refrigerator, and I also don't know where I can buy salted fermented shrimp, so there's that as well. I know you could probably use oyster sauce or like some sort of fish sauce as well, but you don't get that jump start in fermentation if you just don't use it. So it's meh. It's a meh situation. So anyways, I'm gonna show you one of my most favorite lazy foods to make. No shrimp, but the little boys. Yeah, it's also very expensive, I imagine. Probably not, but I just don't know where you get it. That's the only thing. So, I'm also just remembering a whole bunch of stuff that I did today. And I also need some opinion on this because I need help. So, if you don't know about me, I do like to take care of myself, I guess. Like, I like to try and make sure that, you know, I'm washing my hands and making sure I take care of myself, do skincare routines and all that whatnot and BS and all this what. But something I found out recently, apparently I have really oily skin, because when I went to go, so when I have my glasses here, I kind of use it to move my hair out the way, because sometimes it gets in front of my face because I have long hair. I try and move it with the side with my glasses so I don't touch my hands and I have to go wash my hands and all that whatnot again. So at that point I have to then, you know, clean, like wipe the glasses on my shirt or something with my apron. But I noticed it was like particularly shiny today. So I decided to go into the back and like wash my forehead with like a dry towel. And I've never been so disgusted in my life because, like, oh my god, there was so much oil on my forehead. So hey, does anyone out there know how to do what to do with oily skin? I've been told that, oh, it's good that you have oily skin because now your skin's better than being dry, but I don't want oily skin because then acne can be really bad. So hey, is anyone out there that knows how to deal with oily skin? My skin way too oily, so. Oily skin can go to dry skin really quickly. Well, I have been using... So Q has given me something to use, my coworker has given me something to use, I've used goddamn Dawn soap on myself, and my skin is so goddamn oily. It is still oily. Like, my god, there's so much oil on this goddamn forehead, you could probably gas a car with it. I'm not sure how salty that is. Does anyone else do that, by the way? I'm not sure if you were able to tell, because I was just... It's unfortunately right behind me. But, when I usually have salt in my water, I taste my water with my finger because I'm not smart. Like, oh wow, this water that's borderline boiling and kind of scorched my fingertips. Yeah, that's salty enough. Okay. I suggest taking the skincare quiz on Tony Molly. They have some hella good stuff, Korean skincare products. And that's how you can tell it's good skincare stuff, because it's Korean. And if you know anything about Koreans, we love our skincare routines. Allegedly. I'm not sure. I'm 100% Korean. I was made 100% Korean, but born 100% white. So, sorry, 100% American, which is white. But I digress. Now my nose gets really oily, and so my glasses slip off my face really easily. It's the same thing with me. Like my coworkers will go like, "Oh, why do you keep moving your glasses up? Like are you trying to act like you're from an anime or something?" And it's like, no, my face is just really oily, so I always have to like tip it up. And I'm not trying to be like some crazy otaku. It's just like what I gotta do. My glasses, they keep falling down. It's like I gotta put them up. What? It's like, okay, you know what? I might as well just glue it on my face at this point because there's nothing I can do. I got combo skin, oily in some parts and dry on others. That sucks. I guess. I don't know. I like to think that my skin is actually fairly... Okay, so like my hands. I'm not sure if my hands are dry or oily. Like, I would think like my body is very dry because I don't sweat. I'm not saying that to be quirky, by the way. Like, I legit do not sweat unless it's like I work out for an hour straight. That's a different story. But like when it's really hot outside, like hell, when I was at Offkai, no, it was actually the weather was quite nice at Offkai. When I went to Korea. It was June, and I decided... you know what? I'm gonna wear my long sleeve shirt with this black cotton cardigan and long pants and a wool beanie. I can't sweat. I thought it was like moderate outside. Like I was warm, but I wasn't sweating. And I don't know why. I can't sweat. But what's even funnier, I can sweat. And it's from anxiety. I can stand outside in the sun on an 80-degree weather day in cotton clothes, and I won't sweat a bullet. But once it's like, oh no, wait, did I forget to turn my oven off when I went to go shopping? It's like, ooh, now I'm sweating. Ooh. Why? Why is my body so selective like that? It's like, oh, hey, body, can you cry? I want to cry right now. Can you let me cry? But then it's like, oh, I listen to the music, and now I'm starting to bawl my goddamn eyes out. It's like, what's going on here? Body, function in the way that you need to. Ah. That being said, I've also been listening to a very nice song recently from Folly Faye. I'm not sure it's a new one, but it's like called Weather Girl. Q. I've been listening to Weather Girl. It's cool. It's nice. So yeah, I can wear velvet in summer and be perfectly comfortable. Exactly. Like it takes a lot for me to get. You know, I honestly find myself I find myself sweating more in the wintertime than any other time, just because sometimes I get myself a little bit too bundled. So, oh. Alright, well, it's quite dark outside, but I still want to make good food today. So I must venture out into the cold, into the darkness, and I gotta go get some scallion. I will be right back. If you hear screaming, I'm dying. Please, call 911. To where? Figure it out. I am back. I'm back from the I'm back from the cold. Actually, it was really nice outside. I don't know why I'm saying it's cold. I'm back from the dark outside, and I have gotten myself a lot of scallion. Yeah, I'm not sure if you lads know. Ow! Ow. So anyways, I'm not sure if you lads know, but growing a scallion is very easy. So I have like a whole, like almost bushel of scallion right here, and I'm gonna use this to cook. And I'm gonna show you one of my favorite lazy meals to make, because, yes. Yes, officer, Saltea Kichee is in peril. Send a squad and a whole force. And they keep growing back too. Yeah! Scallion is like extremely easy to grow, and it's a fun plant to grow, I think. But I am going to get everything prepared before this is done. Making this meal is very easy. So of course, just like with most freshly grown stuff, and especially since this area is a city area, it's best not to trust nature just like that. I'm gonna have to wash and dry it all, because I do put a bit of not pesticide, but a little bit of like a vinegar sort of solution. A very light vinegar solution. Just so it can keep some bugs away, to minimize the amount of bugs. And yeah, all the dead parts I'm trying to cut and pick away. They're just gonna be dry and sad and not very tasty. Nope. That's a nice bits of scallion here. Stop that. Ooh. Oh, hey, do you guys want to see a trick? Like, oh, no, my water pot is boiling. What should I do? If you're ever in a situation to where your pot's about to boil over and, like, let's say you got your knife nearby, put your knife in there. You put your knife in the water, and you see how all the bubbles went away? If you put your knife in the water, what happens is that, simply said, the knife is at a colder temperature to where it will actually change the temperature of the water and actually stop it from boiling over. And this is not just a knife, this is pretty much anything that's metal. A wooden a metal spoon, a metal ladle, a spoon, like a soup spoon even. If you have something metal and your thing's about to boil over, put something metal in there and it will just stop for a moment and then you can adjust it correctly. Metal conducts heat easily. Yeah, essentially, TLDR, if you want to be a bit more formal with it, then yes. But yeah, if you want to know a small little tidbit, yeah, that's a nice little thing you can do to stop your pot from over boiling, and then you have to clean up this starchy mess. The more you know. What you making? Hi, Bush. I am making my favorite lazy meal to make whenever I want something nice to eat, but I'm too lazy to make. So I have some freshly grown scallion, and I'm cutting it up right now. And I'm going to be using this for something very shortly. If only I had an anchor or something to stop my board from moving, but since I'm not really trying to hyper focus on cooking today, I'm not really too worried about it. Also, Bush, you're in the wrong chat. Q's in the other one. Just to let you know. Bush. I have a very important question to ask you. Okay, so we were talking about we were talking about something stupid earlier, and we needed your opinion, all right? Because not very often, I was talking about, oh, just stop being Irish, and then Q said, is that like stopping from being gay? So we need your input on this, because I don't know. I'm not gay. My Twitch is on that right now. But yeah, Bush, as my favorite local gay Bush, I need your, what do you mean? Can you just stop being gay, like how you can stop being Irish? Is that possible? Also took the quiz, might order what's available. Might have to do it too. Alright. Water has sufficiently boiled said soba noodle. No, actually can't. Actually, I need to test it again because I'm not sure if it's fully cooked or not. Oh. Yeah, it's good. I've never tried it. You escaped for now. But yeah, I guess Bush said he's never tried to not be gay. So hey Q, that's your answer, I guess. So I gotta admit and kind of step back for a moment here, because I kind of realize this whole process of what I'm trying to do here, it's counterintuitive to being lazy, because what I'm doing is inherently not lazy. For one thing, I'm cutting up. For one thing, I'm cutting up scallion. Another thing is that I cooked noodles, and not only did I cook the noodles, I also am draining the noodles and then shocking the noodles in cold water because this is a cold soba. I like cold soba, so that's me. I'm weird. I think it's just because it's just in my soul as a Korean, I guess. I don't know. Actually, I just do this because, yeah, I'm Korean, so, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so this is also another thing I do with this because, of course, you need a little bit of something else. You need a bit of protein. You need a bit of, man, I guess. A little bit of oomph and stuff and things. So, I also like to do like a simple fried egg. Was that impressive? I cracked that open with one hand. Was that impressive? Am I cool? Did you even see it? I think it was in the way. I'm not sure. Was that cool? I did that with one hand. Aren't I so awesome? That was impressive. No shell? Yeah, no shell. Nothing. But yeah, this is where I get to have a little bit of fun with my egg. Because I like to put a bit of gochugaru. I like a bit of a spicy egg. I'm gonna put some salt on it. I'm also gonna just put a touch of MSG, because who doesn't love a little bit of enhancement to their food, right? And then one quick little... Gonna turn that off. Because and the reason why I did turn off the heat, because I like my eggs over easy, but I still want it to be slightly cooked. So I turn the heat off now, so it just kind of cooks it. And since it's now kind of cooked, it's the perfect way I want it cooked now. Okay, so I don't just put in soba just like this though, because I do like to put a little bit of oomph to this as well. So in the bottom I put a little bit of soy sauce. I want to put a little bit of sesame oil because I know I can throw a little pinch of that, a little drop of that in there. And also, when it's available, when I do have it, I like to put 2 more things in there. One thing I actually just got a little bit of. Some white pepper. And just a small, quick splash of vinegar. Just a small amount. Not too much. And then whisk, whisk, whisk. Mix this all together. Get my cold soba here. Put it in here like that. Put it on the bottom. Give it a bit of a toss because I'm lazy. I don't really care. I'm just gonna throw this all together and just see how it turns. Yeah. Give it a bit of a quick toss. Throw a whole bunch of scallion on top because the more is better. I like a little bit of green. Then I'm gonna get my egg here. Gonna have it flipped and into my pan. And of course, what kind of person would I be if I didn't put on some sesame seed? And there we go. That is my lazy man's meal of cold soba, scallion, and a fried egg. I'm actually gonna probably save the scallion. I'm probably gonna make myself like fried potatoes or something tomorrow. Or hell, I might even just save it because I actually have some ramen. I got this really... Okay, so I was watching some funny videos with some funny looking friends. No, some fun friends. And we were watching this guy go to the same convenience store over and over and over again. And he was getting the same thing. So, me being curious and a lover of ramen, I decided to go get it myself. So I got this packet of ramen, and I've also gotten some mozzarella sticks. So apparently what this guy did was that you would make your ramen as you would, but then you would strip some sticks of mozzarella, like the string mozzarella, and then you would then put that in. You would nuke the ramen, and then you got like food, and it was like good, I guess, because he kept eating it every single video. Mild variation in between, but still, it was the same consensus all the way around. It was always the ramen and the string cheese. It was awesome. It was epic. He's my favorite now. He's my goddamn idol. So anyways, before I actually do get into the eating, because I am quite famished, what is it? I'm gonna just mess with the bread real quick. Didn't forget about that. I just had to shift priorities, unfortunately, and I apologize. I'm sorry I had to switch my efforts. I'm sorry that I have to do these things. I am sorry that I am this way. I did not ask to be born this way. Gotta have that yolk. You see, the thing is, I used to really, really love sunny side up eggs, but there was always one thing I hated about sunny side eggs, and it's that little bit of white on top. And it's like, what is it? It's very... it has a very snotty consistency, the egg white. Because that's the thing that's on top of it, obviously. You know, it's topped with an egg white. And if you don't cook it, well, then it's gonna stay there, and it's like a horrible texture. I really dislike eating it. And that's almost that's almost something that stops me from eating egg altogether. But then I kind of found out that you can just cook it more, like, over easy. And, well, I did. So, no funny story there. It's just that I decided to eat it differently. Whoa. Isn't that fascinating? Isn't that a surefire thing of like, holy shit. Character development. That's like saying, oh, I hate chicken. And it's because every single time I eat it, I get sick. And it's because I like my meat medium rare. Character development in the same aspect, but instead of getting myself sick, it's just that I just didn't like the way it was cooked. So. You know, something I've also just gonna speak out right now, but I know that recently I've been kind of doing very minimal streams, but not only that, I've been kind of doing more streams with just myself, and it's quite funny because I really, really want to start pushing myself out there more. I really do want to start streaming, and like collabing and whatnot, not because like any other reason, it's just that, I don't know, I like... Despite how much disdain I do talk about the humans and whatnot, I would like to maybe, you know, ponder around the idea that I could maybe one time, a few times perhaps, collab with people. Luckily, a lot of the VTubers that I like, and VTubers I know of, are not humans. So hey. They might be humanoid, but they are not inherently human. They are slightly different. Say when, and we can play Deep Rock Galactic. Depending on how long I stream, maybe today. Maybe, it's a hard maybe, just because like I know that I like to do stupid stuff on my own time. Which is also kind of a funny thing when it comes to streaming and collab and all that whatnot. I don't really do this much stuff anyways, just because of I kind of get myself lost, you know? I kind of just end up doing my own thing. It's like, oh yeah, I was supposed to do something today, wasn't I? Oh well. Okay, anyways. Ooh, look at all that nice yokiness. Alright. Alrighty. I don't know why, but sometimes eating cold food, it's a lot more, I wouldn't say relaxing, but it just hits different. I should have taken a picture of this. Oh well. It's not really that pretty, I guess. I don't know. It's a lazy man's meal. I don't know. I don't really see much value in taking a picture of it. But it has so much. It's like it's minimal effort, but it looks pretty for me. There's a lot going on. Nice textures, nice little crunch from the scallion, onion flavor. The soy is very nice, it's not overpowering, and the toasted sesame oil makes it more nutty. The egg yolk adds a nice richness. Egg is just generally good, I don't need to explain that. And yeah, it all comes together very nicely. Could have put more gochugaru on my egg though. Not that spicy. But this really does hit a lot of the flavor profiles. Rich, nutty, savory, umami. Not sweet, but you don't need sweet in this. A small bit of acid from the vinegar. It just brightens it up just a little bit. Like, you know how like a lot of people will add lemon to everything just to brighten up their dish and whatnot? I do a white Asian equivalent of just adding rice wine vinegar to those things. Not most things. I don't do it for every single thing. But for something like, if I'm freestyling and I just want to make something quick and eat it like this, then I might add a little bit of vinegar. Alright, I'm gonna hit the hay, have a good rest of stream. Thank you for rating, and thank you for sticking around. Have a good rest. Good night. Have a good one. Good night. That was quick. Well, listen, I didn't eat anything all day. I needed something in the system, you know? This was probably the first meal I had since, I guess, last night. I don't think I ate anything. I don't think I ate anything this morning or afternoon. So yeah, that was the first real meal I had the entire day. It's not that I don't want to eat or anything like that. It's just that I get so busy and I forget that I just forget to go eat food. So it's just like, yeah, oh yeah, I was supposed to eat today, and I forget about that a lot, so. Anyways. Right. Thank you for the stream, Salty. Have a good night. Oh, I'm not done streaming yet. I'll let you guys know I'm not done streaming. I still want to like relax and vibe. There's still stuff I want to just do stupid stuff with. It's still vibe time left. You can't escape me that easily. So since I just did eat, who's to say that I might not end soon? Who's to say after all, right? Okay. Alright. I'm back. You know, I'm not sure if Bush is still here or not, but I'm just gonna say, I'm surprised he didn't do something funny, I'll say. Jingle jingle. You know, even after that little thing I ate, I guess that was my dinner, I'm actually still quite hungry. I'm not sure what I want to eat though. Like, I already ate like what essentially is equivalent to a full meal at that point. I would like a little bit more heft. I would like a little bit more stuff, but I don't know. I don't know what else to eat. Oh. I don't know what happened there. It sounded like you got some room for dessert. You know what? I have to go look real quick because now I'm now in the idea for sweets. But I don't think I ever I don't have candy or that. I don't. Yeah, no, I don't have anything sweet in this complex. And honestly, I bet I know my fat ass. If I had something sweet nearby, I would probably be... That thing would probably be gone within minutes because I love sweet things. I love sugar, I love food, I love just... I like eating, even though that I don't like well, I like eating, but I don't like eating to the point of bursting, you know? I'm not like Oguri Cat. I like eating food, but I don't like eating like buckets upon buckets of food, you know? But I feel like, you know, I feel like not underwhelmed. I'm not like overwhelmed with food. I'm just like kind of whelmed. Like I'm just kind of in between, but it's like a little bit under to where it's like, I could go for a bowl of chips or a bag of chips or something like that. I could go for another quick snacky, but I can't really think of anything I could eat that would be a nice snag. Anyways, I have been thinking of... There is something that I've been thinking of recently. I have been thinking of... What is it? That can't be. I have been thinking of doing some drawing recently. You see, I've been doing a lot of like, oh man, it'd be really cool to draw this. Drawing this would be awesome, you know? But at the same time, it's like, what is it? What's the word? I just haven't been willing enough to draw. Like, the ideas of what I want to draw are very much on paper, but it doesn't really get much more other than just paper. Been thinking of a lot of stuff to draw, but that's really it. Not much else to it. Trying to think of things to talk about, because I'm not sure if anyone else does the same thing when after they eat and whatnot, but every single time I eat food and all that whatnot, I kind of just eat, and then it's like, ugh, I need a second to like recuperate. And especially since I have been trying to eat a little bit more slowly, because I'm not sure if it is indigestion or something like that, but I know that like it's generally good to start eating a little bit more slowly, like chewing your food, for instance. Like, I have the unfortunate, what's the word? The unfortunate disposition idea, the thing, I don't know. I have the unfortunate thing to do to where it's like I will swallow and not chew my food because it's like, oh, this tastes so good, and I forget to chew. And especially since it's like those noodles and the egg, they're very soft food, so it's just like gulp, no more, no less, yum. Eating like a bird, I guess, yeah. You started talking about off-kai earlier. That is true. I actually need to do some preparations for off-kai. Because I believe off-kai Gen 5 has been announced. Yeah, July. It's like real far. But I would like to get the time of my flights and my hotel stuff. So I would like to get that set. But the issue about doing that right now is that I don't have the money. I am broke. I got no cash, fam. So yeah, I don't got any money right now. I can't really book flights even if I wanted to. So yeah. But I've been trying to look for. Oh, hey, the second. Why is that so cheap? 23rd. Is it July? Yeah, it's July. So I'm trying to think because I do really. Oh, there's a Japantown? There was a Japantown there, and I didn't even realize it. Hi Bush, hi Bush. We could also split a hotel room to make it cheaper too. That is so true. We can. Sure. I'm fine with coordinating that. If we can get multiple people, we can coordinate a lot of that. So yeah, not too far from the convention center. Okay, hold that thought because apparently Twitch wants to run ads. So hey, lads, I'm sorry. Twitch has decreed that you all deserve to go watch some ads. So I'm gonna send you guys on ad break. Take this moment to go stand up and go get some water, stand up, go to use the restroom, and yeah. And send you guys on ads. Be right back. To ad hell we go. Send it. Okay. I'm like noticing that I'm like notably a little bit more laggy than I normally would. Being at 60 FPS. Ooh, I'm not at 60 FPS anymore. Ooh, this is so painful. Weh. Joke's on you, I still have YouTube chat. Oh hey, by the way, what is it? If you did need something sweet, some honey with the gochujang. No. I mean, that's good, but sweet and spicy like that is not nice. I'm not a big fan of that, so yeah. But, yeah, I'm trying to look at, like... So, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do when I go to Off-Kai this year. Because... when I do go to Off-Kai... I do actually plan to actually stay in, plan to stay in California for a little bit longer than I did last year. I wanted to stay a little longer last year in comparison because I planned to get there a day earlier, 2 days beforehand. But the unfortunate thing that happened is that my flight got delayed and then canceled, and I had to get another flight for the next day, and I had to drop a lot of money for that, and I still didn't get reimbursed for the first flight, but I digress. Yeah, I've been trying to figure that all out now. And yeah. I'll probably have to do this another time because I think that the website I'm using is lagging my stream, so I can't really do it. I got in a day before and left the day after. Doesn't actually leave much time. So like, here's what I'm planning then. I'm planning to get on the ground. Like, I'm planning to get into Californian soil July 23rd, and ideally in the afternoon. That's the ideal case. The 23rd would be nice. And then I want to leave like sometime like July 27th, maybe in the evening or afternoon. Just because it's nice to get there early just in case. And then it's also nice to be there till the very end, because I remember when I was when I went to Off-Kai last year, I wanted to say goodbye to someone and interact and talk to people, but I was in such a rush. I kind of was like, okay, bye, and just ran out the door, and I was running to my hotel, unpacked, and this, and it was a whole thing. So yeah, I got a social or Norcal. I'm thinking of driving down instead of flying this year. I mean, it definitely probably would be cheaper. I'm not sure. I don't know how much gas is nowadays. I don't really hear people complain and talk about talk about gas being expensive anymore, so I'm assuming it either got to a point where it stopped increasing in price or something. I don't know. It's a bit pricey out there, but you don't gotta go through TSA, so it's true. You see, I also want to find out who is going to I kind of want to know if anyone is going to go to Off-Kai as well, because I know there's a few people that are going to go to Off-Kai, but I want to know how many people are going to go to Off-Kai, because maybe I can coordinate rooms, make stuff cheaper for all of us in the end. I also want to know who I'm going to be able to see and all that whatnot, so you know. It is expensive, but that's because I have bad gas mileage for me. I don't know what that means because I don't have a car. So, man, I guess that sucks. It's funny. Whenever someone talks about cars, it's like, yeah, man, yeah, that sucks. Wow. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know what you're talking about, because I know nothing about cars. So, I guess that sucks. Shrug. Ugh. How far a car can travel with how much fuel, pretty much. Oh, okay. So being like a gas guzzler, right? Don't gotta pay for insurance or registration based. Yeah, you see, I live in a great area to where I can pretty much just walk everywhere. And if it's really far out there, then I can just walk out there, honestly. And if I don't feel like walking, then I do have a scooter, so I have access to that in that regard. So, you know, I got my options. Okay, so just because I can. Also, I don't have a car because I'm too broke. I don't have enough money for that. So I do have some stream ideas within the future that I'm gonna very much do this month. So I guess kind of pseudo today was this, but I might do another stream like this to where it's what I'm gonna dub as a sourdough sprint, to where it's just the entire day I'm just baking sourdough. And when I mean by baking sourdough for the entire day, like I'm baking sourdough for probably like a few like minutes through. Might be fun. You just get to see what I do when I just make sourdough marathon, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. I want to do a stream to where I make smash burgers, you know. This is just a stream I just want to do just because I'm not sure about you lads, but I love smash burgers. If we want to talk about, what would you rather have, a burger or a smash burger? I think smash burgers have a nicer texture, flavor, my yards, and above all else, they win in simplicity. The best thing you can do for a smash burger, sorry, I just gotta do this because it's really funny. Jingle jingle. I just really love a smash burger. It's simple, because the thing that makes a good smash burger is just cheese, maybe some onion. It's very simple. What's a smash burger? A smash burger is essentially jingle jingle. A smash burger is like a burger, you know, but the patty is smashed. The reason why you would do this is for a few things. It cooks quicker, and it also has a more intense Maillard reaction. So it has a little bit more flavor. It's probably not as dry. My hat! Oh, so I do a jingle jingle, and now you take my hat. Fine, sure, okay. But yeah, when I talk about making a smash burger, I'm talking about making everything. I mean everything from scratch. Maybe not the cheese, because that's a little hard. Possible, but I don't think I have the ability to do that. But for making a smash burger, I want to make the bread, I want to make the patty and all that sort of stuff, because grow my own cow, you know, pasteurize it, all that stuff. Grow my own wheat, get a little stalk of wheat in my mouth and go like yeehaw and all that. But yeah, I want to grind my own meat because I think that's fun. I like to grind my own blend of ground beef. And the fun thing is that I like to do is then to freeze it, because then I can have that at the ready. And it sounds silly, it really does, but genuinely having freshly ground beef versus the beef that you get at the stores is such a game changer. It is a minute difference, but the difference is so huge because it adds a... The best way I can compare it, the best way I can explain this is that ground beef versus ground beef that you ground yourself. The ground beef in the supermarket, almost in a weird way of saying it, tastes watered down. It tastes less like beef. It tastes wet. Well, not wet. It tastes watered down. Like, it tastes like so unseasoned and all this stuff in comparison to grinding your own meat. And it's like, I don't know why, I don't know how, but it's what it is. There's so much. Super Smash Burgers Melee. Imagine if we do the Smash Burger stream and it's like, what is it? We play Super Smash Brothers as well. That'd be funny. It kind of is. The process is widely complicated for what it is. Yeah, but it's kind of funny because, like, what is it? Making your own ground beef is so goddamn easy. And it's also like nice for me because I have a mixer, as we all know. And the mixer has many attachments. It has a pasta attachment. It has a grinder attachment. It has all these attachments. I myself have a the meat grinding attachment, but I am looking at the pasta attachment because my current pasta machine isn't very good. But yeah, I'm trying to look into it. So yeah, I do want to do a Smash Burger stream. I love Smash Burgers. There is a place that is around where I live. It's called Shake Shack, and they do a lot of good burgers. And I love their burgers so much, just because I love Smash Burgers. I don't know. Well, yes, store-bought has a lot of water and preservatives in order to stretch out the meat and makes it last longer on shelves. That makes sense. Yeah, but still, sad. Oh, and of course, I do want to do a pumpkin baking stream. But my twist is that also, I gotta say, this pumpkin pie looks actually, why must you be, okay, you know what? You're gonna take away everything from me? Oh, jingle, jingle, ooh, wah, wah, jingle, jingle, wah. So anyways, I gotta say, this pumpkin pie, I know you lot will say that oh no, my femininity, I'm misogynist. Okay, so anyways, what is it? I know you lot will say yeah, Q. Yeah, that's right. Oh, jingle, jingle. Anyways, system reset. I'm a real boy now. Wow. Okay. Anyways, let me talk. Let me speak. But that's gay of you. So anyways, this pumpkin pie is curdled. And curdled pumpkin pie has a bit of a weird texture. If you have a nicely cooked pumpkin pie, it should be nice and creamy and smooth all the way through. But I can tell this is curdled just because you can see visually there's like curdles and stuff like that. But yeah. That's a problem. Being gay is a Wait a minute, hold on, wait. Aren't you gay, Bush? Aren't you? Does that mean you're a problem? Are you the problem? Are you the problem here? No. Liking women is a problem. That's so crazy. You could take that out of context. That's what's Q. No, he's just gay. He's just gay. Women are a problem. Okay, well, you know what? Never mind. He's digging himself this hole then. You know what? Fuck it, I'll drink to that. Oh. Slash kill push. Yes, of course. My favorite thing to do. Woman bad, but boob good. This, I don't know. I can't say is true because it's like, I don't know. Yeah, they're there. Boobs are there. But it's like, are we talking about like looking? Are we talking about consensually touching? That's a wild sentence, by the way. I don't know why I had to say it like that. Everything about them. Everything about them. I don't know much about boob, so it's like, yeah, boob is definitely something. I mean, I hear it's a stress ball. It's like it can be like stress ball. So it's like, oh, I guess that's good. What the F? What the fuck has this discussion become? Hey, listen, this is not me. This is Bush. Nature's stress ball. Yeah, so like, what is it? I don't know. I've never touched a... Okay, I guess that's my phone telling me I should not finish that sentence then. Do you hate boobs, Argent? Are you a boob hater? Is that what we're saying? Quite the opposite. Here, do you want... Here, wait, lads. You like boobs. I can show you a pair of boobs right now. Hold on. Alright, here you go. Here's a pair of boobs. It's funny for that one person that understands the joke. Ooh, that was sure funny. Anyways. Ew, drinking Josh. Wow, that was my childhood. Wow, I don't get it. So their sister. It was Miranda Cosgrove. I don't fucking know. It was her, and she was the sister, but she would call Drake and Josh boobies. They would call them oh, you're a bunch of boobs or something like that. Cause you know, like, yeah, because apparently being called a boob is like an insult, you know, like, oh, you're such a boob, you're such a boob. They both turned out to be awful people, though. I don't know what happened afterwards, but wasn't like Drake Bell, whatever the hell his name was, I don't know what his actual name is. Didn't he come out about like, oh yeah, he was like S8 or something like that, by like back the Nickelodeon guy that like had a weird fascination with feet. It's an old-timey way of calling someone a moron. Okay, there you go. We're okay, you know what? We're gonna do a 180. We're getting into a weird conversation here that I'm not ready or prepared to talk about. The Dan Schneider incident. Yeah, we're just gonna say that Dan Schneider is some fuck that needs to go get shot in the face. But I digress. Anyways, hey guys, guess what? I forgot about doing this. But I did something really cool today, and I feel like such an adult, and like I feel awesome. But yeah, but then he turned into the Predator, and also Josh is just an ass, I think. I didn't know. And now for something completely different. Yeah, and now for something completely different, Hey lads, guess what? I feel like an adult today, cause today at my job, I asked for a raise. That's it. I'm an adult now. I not only have a full-time job, I don't only just live on my own, I don't just take antidepressants and this and that. I asked for a raise at my job. Did you get it? No, not yet. I just asked for a raise, that's all. I didn't get the raise because I don't think they're gonna go like, oh yeah, sure, you get the raise now. Sorry. I just asked for a raise, like saying, hey, can I get bumped up a bit? My rent kids keep getting me bumped up, so can you bump me up a bit more? And they're like, okay, we'll think about it. And you know what? That's not a no, but it's also not a yes. So it's like I just gotta wait now, wait and see. Yeah. But yeah, since I'm now actually more at a more funny now, since I'm able to talk a bit, I would give you a raise, Salty. Oh, thank you, Bush. Thank you. But what is it? When it comes to what is it called? When it comes to also something to talk about my job, I do want to talk about this guy again because I only talked to you about day one about his pettiness, alright? So, you know, the TLDR, he got upset with the plastic wrap. So first of all, that entire day was an extremely easy day. We had one party of 10, one party of 25, and another party of 8, I think. Either way, it was a lot of small parties, and it wasn't really that much of an issue. Hell, if I was down there, I could do that all on my own, no sweat, no problem. Allegedly, from what I've been told from all of my coworkers, he was panicked. The coworker that was crying about, we're gonna call him Plastic Guy. Plastic Guy, he got really upset. So upset that he was like off his game. He was getting things wrong. He was rushing around. He was trying to get everything done. And he was like rushing and was off the ball, if you will. Which I just find kind of funny. Like, he got so offended. He got so upset that he let that get to his head and actually impact his actual job. Which is really funny for me. Because, like, it's all in his head. I didn't do shit. And, apparently he was also just being a general ass, which is like, man, you're just, I called you a baby on just offhand, but now you just actually are being a baby. He's like, man, why? Do you need a bottle? Do you need a bottle of warm milk? Do you need a nitty? I don't know. But that was day one. Day two, yesterday, was kind of funnier because wait, no, did I already talk about this? I think I already talked about it during the first part, but either way, the next day, usually I have my own assignment, he has his assignment, but for some reason he decided to take over my assignment, and it's like, it's not too weird, because he also, it kind of depends, because like, oh, he'll take over if, we're busy one day, and it's like, oh, we're really busy, I'm gonna take over and do it for us because I don't know. I'm honestly completely capable of doing it, but he just kind of is. He's a very stressful individual, so there's that. But yeah, I was like, okay, well, you know what? You want to do that? I'm just gonna stay in my lane. I'm gonna still do my thing and what I need to do, and you can do that. So, I end up just doing my thing, and I go up to the time of, I need to start getting my stuff ready, and now this guy is pandering me for new things for some reason. For one thing, he is starting to pander to me about like, oh, you're making food more time of. Why are you doing that? You're taking all this stove space and all this and that, and it's like, okay, you're right. but you were also supposed to do that on your morning task, and he didn't do that. So that's not exactly fully my fault. And another thing is, he was doing the same exact thing as me. It's one thing to complain about something, and then it's like, okay, I am wrong in some sense. But it's another thing if you're doing the same exact thing as me. Do as I say, not as I do, I guess. I don't know. So there's that. And then there was also another thing with positions of our box, because we have boxes we put food in and then we send it up. And my box, I have my own special box because it's for this one room I have to cater for. And for some reason, the guy was giving me shit for it too. He's like, oh, I don't want it there today. I want it here. And it's like, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna leave it where it normally is. And he's like, no, put it back. And it's like, okay, well, he's being a baby again. I didn't feel like arguing with him to a consecutive day. So I was like, okay, fine. So I made a compromise, and I just put it to an area to where it's not exactly where it was, but it's in an area to where I need it to be still. Lo and behold, he gets upset because it's not in the same place he wanted it to be. And he said, put it back. And I just looked him dead in the eyes, turned my head to him and say, no. Just no. I just left it there, walked away. And he was telling me like, oh, but what if I need to put my stuff up early? And the thing about that, the thing that makes that stupid is that you gotta put your food up early, yes. But why would you say that when your party goes up at 11:30 and my party goes at 11? I checked the sheets. I checked all the stuff. I'm going up before you do. And he was saying like, oh, but I'm gonna go up first. And on top of all of that, he just decided to not do one of my sauces that I needed for the day. So then for the last half an hour before service, when I thought the sauce was done, I was trying to get it heated up, and it's like, oh, I gotta cut herbs for it too because it needs that. So I gotta get the herbs, and it's I gotta get the sauce hot, and I gotta get this, and I gotta get that on top of the other things I need to grab. So now he's putting me in the shit, and it's like, okay. So you're being an ass, you're being petty, and now you're just doing things incorrectly. Now, I will say, I should have said something. But you know what? I'm better than him. 100% better than him. Because despite how I could have complained like a little baby and say like, why are you being so fucking stupid today? I was just like, okay. It happens. Whatever. Cool. Sure. I'm just gonna continue doing my thing. You can do yours. Whatever. So, yeah. That was day 2. And yeah, he was also throwing some small stuff that day too, to where he was throwing some small sleights of hand, to where he was like saying, oh, behind you, like in like a condescending manner. And it's like, what is bro doing? Like, I know you're trying to be petty. Oh, hi, hello there. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up, man? So yeah, anyways, he's trying to be petty, and it's like, sure, okay, I don't care. Sure, you're being annoying, but okay, I don't care. Move on. So yeah, hi there, edits. Hello, thank you. My model is very good, is it not? I would recommend you check out I think it's the description. I don't know. Yeah, check out my description or whatnot, or my about page, because that will show you my artist mama and papa, my live to the artist. Check them both out, please. They're both really good and talented and make stuff really quickly. They're cool. I love them. You are better than him, Salty. He doesn't know. He doesn't know you have 1.5k subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, he's just some stupid Disney nerd, and it's like, yeah, you're one of those Disney people, and you know what? I'm a VTuber with 1.5k subscribers. Yeah. Go make your post. Go make that Reddit post. Yeah, of like saying, "Oh, this guy is being mean." I don't know. Don't let that stupid twink get to you. Well, he's not. He's actually a lot taller than me, and he's also quite rotund. So he is very much an opposite of a twink. Oh, thank you for the follow, for the subby on YouTube. Thank you. Biz nerds bow down before the VTuber master race. Yeah. Nah, I could top him. He's a twink. You know what's funny? Just with my context, that's so bad because he's also gay. So it's like, whoa, hold on, wait a minute, Bush, you don't know what you're getting yourself into here. Don't do that. No. But Bush, you deserve better than him. No, don't go for trash. You can go for treasure. Goddamn. Stop me. I will. Listen, you deserve a lot more. Cabadon him. No. Oh my god. Don't you know? If you're gonna Cabadon him, Cabadon in his forehead so he feels like he got smacked. Like, goddamn. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I should have had a V8. Honestly, nah, I'd win. No, don't. Lads, you don't. Just because this guy is an asshole doesn't mean you guys have to be an asshole too. It's quite weird for Cabadon on these nuts. Wow. Anyways, lads, even though like this guy is an asshole and objectively is being a bit of a dick, hey, I will talk smack as much as I want about him, but I'm not gonna do anything about it. Just because, as stupid as it is, I kind of do believe in that golden rule in life of like treat others how you should treat others how you would like to be treated. It's just I like that rule. You know, you don't have to treat me the way I want to be treated, like treat me with basic human function. You know, you don't have to, but it doesn't mean I should stop and stoop down to your level, you know? Oh yeah, you can be a dick, but like, it doesn't make me any better, nor does it make me feel any better if I'm gonna be a dick as well. I don't like being angry, you know? No, I think objectively speaking, I don't think most people like feeling angry. People feel angry because they're uncomfortable, right? So like, objectively speaking, I don't think people like being angry. So like, when people are angry about something, or are mad at something, and it's like, I don't want to stoop down to your level. You can be angry at yourself, but I will just be in my own lane. I don't have to treat you with the utmost respect, but I'm at least gonna give you the baseline of like, okay, you do you. I'm staying within my own lane. I should treat you as a gay bush. What do you mean? You should treat me as a gay. I'm not. First of all, I'm not gay. I'm ace. I don't do the sex. My Librato period? Is it Librato? I can't remember. I can't remember what the terminology is, but like, yeah, no, I've gone beyond that. Puberty, I guess. You said treat people as you want to be treated. So I should treat you as a gay bush. Subjective. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know. I got you got me. You know what? Hands in the air. You got me. I don't know. Sure, I guess. I'm not gay. No, yeah, it's something nasty. I don't like yeah, sex. Yeah. What's wrong with you, Bush? Yeah, Bush. What's you want you So, hey, I want to make some more bread. I want to make some let's conceptualize some people. Let's conceptualize some VTubers into bread. Cunie. I like Cunie. Cunie is very a silly cutie patootie. Whoa. The stupid words that come out my mouth. Oh, it's so stupid. I love it. Q. Let's see here. I do have I have words are hard. So true. Q. I still have bread based on her. The lemon malcora. I'll share what I found for skincare after the stream. Epic. Thank you. Though you do not deny the allegations that she is a cutie patootie. Oh no, 100% she's a cutie patootie all the way through, yeah. I don't know. Oh no, I'm a guy and I'm complimenting a woman. Oh my god. VTuber too. They're a VTuber. Oh my god. Oh my god. All my pals are cutie patooties. I don't know. Anyways, but I'm a silly. Yeah, she is quite a silly. I gotta say, she is quite a silly. A little silly Billy, one would even say. She is a little silly and she is also a little Billy. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? Do I know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? I do not. Okay, so okay, you know what? I am looking at a document. I should actually show you said document as well. Who lives on Drury Lane? So anyways, these are all what the fuck, was it weird? Okay, anyways, these are the breads I'm currently working on. Then the next set of bread I am working on is gonna be these bits of bread. So that's my next point of attack. So yeah, these are the breads I'm gonna be these So the breads I am currently working on right now are these three. Plus another one that you can't see. Oh god, pineapple and Capri Sun bread. Actually, you did just remind me, because I have that Capri Sun bread right here, actually. Actually, I'm gonna go get myself some slides. Hold on. I know what I'm gonna have for breakfast tomorrow because I forgot I had this actually. But yeah, I have Capri Sun bread and I'm eating it right now. You will be so surprised when I tell you I don't taste the Capri Sun. I could give you this slice of bread right now. You would eat it, and you probably couldn't tell that there was Capri Sun in this bread either. But actually, this Capri Sun, the bread is actually quite different because there is no pineapple. I actually chose sour cherries because I think sour cherries work a lot nicer. But sour cherries actually turned quite nice. But yeah, the bread is actually quite nice. It's very tasty. And the funniest thing is that I still don't taste the Capri Sun. Like I said, I could give you this a slice of bread to taste. And I doubt, if I didn't tell you that there was Capri Sun in this, you wouldn't be able to tell. Because it's not really sweet enough to where it's like, oh yeah, there's definitely Capri Sun in this. And that, and honestly, I think Capri Sun has such a neutral flavor. Like, it's like lightly flavored fruit water, essentially. It's not very like concentrate. It's not a concentrate, you know? It's not like a juice concentrate. So actually, it kind of works as water, which is quite funny. But yeah, sour cherry Capri Sun bread is actually quite nice. And I think I wrote down the recipe already. I was quite satisfied with how this recipe turned out. It should be on the recipe book. Let me see. It is. Yeah, the tart cherry Capri Sun bread based on cherubi VT. Yeah, it's 7 grams of yeast, 232 grams of Capri Sun, 380 grams of bread flour, 10 grams of salt, 24 grams of oil, and 670 to 80 grams of tart cherries. Also, I hate shilling, but if you are interested in the Vtuber breads, I actually have updated the Vtuber bread thing quite a lot. For one thing, I actually added a Pippa bread. Pipkin Pippa. Pippa Pipkin? Wait, did I write her name backwards? I did. I'm such a fake fan. Mold bread, I guess. But here's a funny thing. So, you guys didn't hear this from me, but I had an inside info of like, oh, okay. So I had an inside info to have someone ask, "Hey, Pippa, if you were bread, what would you be?" And the information I got was jalapeno cheddar bread. And that for me, I think that makes sense. It's simple, it's spicy, it's cheese, and it's I've only seen one clip. I can only recall one funny clip of Pippa of like saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm white." Because she likes Starbucks or something like that. I don't know. I don't really remember it. It's just like, oh, yeah, I'm white. Which I thought was really funny. So that kind of stuck with me. It's like, you know what? This is something like this is something that a basic white person would like. Jalapeno cheddar bread. Oh my god. But it's like, oh, it's so spicy. It's like, wow. So foreign. So it's like, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it's cool. But aside from that, it is a great bread. It is great bread. Ooh, jalapeno. Oh yeah. Oh my god, I love myself the jalapeno bread. Oh, I love myself a little bit of jalapeno bread with that white cheese, and I like to have that with a bit of butter. It's so good, so tasty. I don't know. I don't know how to. I gotta try and actually like channel. I gotta like channel in my inner white person right now. I'm a funny Asian. I'm funny. I'm a weird Asian because like I am 100% Asian, but I grew up American or white, however you want to say it. You did well, love Pips. I hope so. Well, actually, I don't hope so because I don't want. Okay, so I would like for VTubers to know about my bread, but at the same time, I don't want them to know because I would feel really embarrassed. That's why, like, wait a minute. What happened to that? Oh, okay. There's a bit of a discrepancy by the looks of it. Hold on, I gotta fix that real quick. Because apparently... Apparently, there's a small little silly thing here. Cause I'm looking at my recipes here, the little content thing that you can give into the side. And it has... there's another VTuber that's not present. Strawberry funfetti bread. So yeah, if you want to know of the VTubers I have made into bread, currently I have made 2, 4, 6 VTuber breads that I have been satisfied with to send. So I've made bread of my favorite member of Flavor. Yeah, I choose favorites. Yeah, she's my favorite. Fight me. I have made Minna Vanilla. I can't. But I made do I have a reference picture? I have a bread I made of this creature. So they're kind of sick. I also made a bread based on Aida Mihan because she is my VTuber artist and I like her. She's very cool. Let me see if I can get a picture of her. Yeah, she's very cool and she's also Filipino and I'm biased. I really love Filipinos. I think they're really awesome. And then I made a bread based on Bao. I don't have a picture of her, but I imagine you a whole lot probably know of Bao. And the aforementioned Pippa bread, that's the other thing. And the recent addition, the Tart Cherry Capri Sun bread. So yeah, I have made bread of 6 VTubers, and that will continue to grow. As I throw more VTubers in the bread grinder, they're gonna come out as bread. But yeah. But also I kinda have a little something under each under each recipe and directions and preparations and whatnot. I actually do put a little bit of words and stuff there, like, oh hey, I did it this and I did that because of this and that and blah 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 blah. So you know, I try to put a little bit of insight, like, oh, why did I do this? Why did I do that? Blah, 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 blah. So yeah. Also, I just remembered this because speaking of Minna, I remembered this, but speaking of, Flavor, there is someone that recommended that I check out this video. and this is now a react video. This is now a react stream. Hello everyone. We're going to be watching a react. We're gonna watch a really interesting kind of stream. I mean, video, because I think it's pretty cool, and I've seen the concept of it very, very often. So I just actually want to take a look into it. So yeah, we're gonna watch a funny video. Alright. I was sent this video, and it is 100% apple. This apple pie contains only apples, which doesn't sound like a bad idea, honestly. I think that sounds like a very interesting idea. Funny.
Funny.
It is quite funny. But the thing is about this is that this is not that crazy of an idea. I can see how you can make the apple, I can see how you can make the crust, I can see how you can make all this and that, so like, I'm interested. And I've been recommended this video several times, so it's like, I definitely want to do a little, I guess, reaction of sorts. So I'm gonna put my glasses back on, screw you, Q. And we're gonna take a little look-see at this video. So I'm gonna do a little reacting, if you will. Wow, react channel stuff, I guess, so... Yeah, I'm gonna turn off the background music now. Alright, hold on, wait. You actually I gotta actually make sure you can actually hear this.
This apple pie is made from 100% apples. You've seen the thumbnail, but I have a feeling that some people might not quite understand what I mean when I say this pie is made with 100% apples.
I'm assuming that you made it
The
with
filling
just
is made
apples.
from dehydrated apples that have been rehydrated in apple juice.
Okay,
and then
yeah.
reduced and then sweetened with reduced apple juice and thickened with more apple.
Yeah,
so
okay.
the filling is 100% apple, no sugar, nothing else added. But of course there's the crust, isn't there? So it's not really 100%. But no, this crust is made from apples. Come with me on a journey to try to make the 100% apple pie. So here's a fun thing.
So I can already see how you can actually make this. For one thing, okay, I'm not gonna explain it, but I 100% actually understand how he made this, because the apple inside is made with, well, apples. The outside apple is made with dehydrated apples and probably apple butter, which is just a caramelized applesauce. So like, I can definitely see how this all comes together. But I'm gonna watch the video to actually fully unpack what's going on here.
With me on a journey to try to make the 100. He has loads of apple trees and pear trees. He's kind of fed up with dealing with all of his apples and stuff now, and so he was kind enough to let me pick some apples. So he said, yeah, take as many as you want. So I was out there picking apples into this bag, which I happen to have in my pocket, as he was picking apples into a bucket, and we were just chatting about apple varieties and such. And I took these home, and about 5-10 minutes later he turned up at my door with the bucket, and he said, no, I intended you to have these. I said, what, instead of these? He said, no, as well as these. So anyway, I've got an enormous quantity of apples and pears, the cockney fruit, to deal with. I've just dehydrated a lot of those apples, and I'm just unloading the dehydrator now. I had to stack them neatly into the box like this, or else it would have just overflowed.
That's nice, that's
I
lovely.
have shown the process of slicing and dehydrating these apples, because it's substantially the same as I did for the mushrooms in that other video, which is linked.
That and also, like, what is it? Dehydrating apples, dehydrating fruit is not that hard. All you have to do is just kind of thinly cut the apples and let it dehydrate, and that's really it. You throw in a thing, turn a button on. It's like that.
Now, I am noticing that down at the bottom of the dehydrator here, the apple rings were obviously exposed to a bit more heat, and so these down here are brittle. I want to try something with these while they're still nice and brittle and very dry. So that bottom layer, I'm going to try to run them through a food
That definitely makes sense, just because the bottom layer of the apple of the like the bottle, but the bottom dehydrated apples, that's where the heat source is. That's where the fan is. So of course that's gonna be a lot more dry and whatnot. And you know, dehydrated apples are gonna have that nice fruit leather sort of texture. So the dehydrated apples on the bottom are gonna be very, very well. What is it? Very, very dried out, and they're not gonna be as like leathery as they should be. And he's doing exactly what I thought he was probably gonna do. So he's essentially making like an apple in a weird way to explain it. He's almost making like an apple flour in a way, in a weird way, because he's grinding up the apples right now. He's gonna dust them down into like a powder, and then theoretically, on paper, you could use that as a binding agent, not binding agent, but you can use that to actually make it into the crust. Like the bottom the bottom layer of crust of a pie.
What happens? I suspect what will happen is this is going to fly out. So I'll probably do something like that to try to constrain it.
I will say though, it probably would have been better for the lad to actually do this in like a food processor or like a Vitamix. A hand blender definitely does do the job, but like it gets stuff flying everywhere and all that.
Those ninja things where you put the vessel clamped on the top, that would probably work better, but I don't have one of those.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, I'm just going to get a piece of cardboard to constrain the top of that, because there are bits flying out, but it is working. Okay, actually a bit of thin plastic, but that will do.
Ah, intuitive.
Well, we are ending up with something like apple powder.
Powder.
Yeah, that's not bad. Let's go a bit further if we can.
But what it is, this is actually quite genius. I like this idea. Because if you think about it too,
the rest of these
we think about this too.
There.
Not only is it just kind of cool to make something completely out of apple, but it also makes it gluten free, and also makes it dairy free at the same time as well, which is cool.
That worked. We've got apple dust. Right, I'm going to go as far as I can because I really want that to be reduced to like a flour-like consistency.
He's doing exactly what I thought he was going to do. He's turning the dust into a flour, and I imagine he's going to try and make some sort of apple butter or use apple juice and try to make it into something to make it into like a pie crust. Hi, Citria. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Thank you. We're talking about I was given this video to react to, and it's really weird because he made this apple pie completely out of apple, but it's not that weird of an idea because it just makes sense. It's not hard, but it's like, yeah, you're gonna need to hydrate some of it. You're gonna need to get it into a thing that's I don't know, into a sort of paste. But the thing that makes making this would be a little difficult is that there is no gluten. It's all kind of sugar and dehydration. Dehydrated apple. So if anything, it's gonna become like a very weird, sticky, like putty. Not really like a cohesive dough, like bread. But that still can manage to make a crust, as you can see there. But it won't be like a proper like pie crust. It'll be more akin to like a cookie crust, if you will, you know? Like, almost like if you were making like cheesecake. So it'll be more like akin to something like that.
There we go. So we've got some sort of pastry-like, obviously just smells of apples. Now for the pie, we can't use water because that's an ingredient that isn't apples, but we can use apple juice. But first, I'm just going to pop that in the oven for 10 minutes and see.
And he's going all in though. He's not just he's actually omitting water.
Whether that stays in one piece or whether it sticks like glue to this pan. So experimental apple pastry. This is after 7 minutes in the oven, and it did burn a little bit there.
It does look crusty.
Crispy. But that isn't going to come off the bottom of the pan there, so I'm just going to, without scratching.
Oh, you know, actually, that actually is a huge thing to think about.
That went on the floor. Let's try that again.
Just because that does make sense of like, oh yeah, no, this would be a huge issue to come. Because if he's 100% going with the idea of just using just apple. The issue is not really the crust, not really the filling, but making sure that it doesn't stick onto the pan.
I rehydrated it in apple juice, which made it kind of doubly appley. Then I cooked it in more apple juice, which I reduced
But
down. Which
using
made it kind
the
of 3 times as
apples
appley
and
flavour.
hydrating them in more
That's where we're
apple
gonna start
juice,
here.
because the thing
these
is,
little rings here with the
that's
green
actually
side,
really
these are
smart.
Bramleys.
Because dehydration is obviously you're getting rid of all the water. So when you dehydrate it and then rehydrate it with apple juice, you actually do intensify that appley flavor, because the dehydration process kind of condenses that flavor of apple, and then you're adding even more apple juice, and you're just making it such an appley apple flavor. So that's actually quite genius. Though I'm not so sure about the texture. I'm not sure if it's going to be rubbery or just be the same as like normal apples. I don't know.
It is a sour one that people often use for cooking, but it's not a cooking apple. This is a cooking apple. This is Bramley seedling, and it's, you can see it's not quite as round or neat and tidy as the other ones. This is a small one. This is a small Bramley. It'll fit in the palm of
The
my hand
whole
like that.
thing about
Again,
what's
to
a
make
cooking
about
apple,
this
what's
big.
not a cooking
This
apple, what's an
apple,
eating
I
apple,
hesitate
and
to
this
say
and
this is
that.
only used for
At the
cooking
end of the
because
day,
there'll be people down in
they're
the
all
comments
cooking
right now
apples.
saying, "I like
You can
to
cook
eat
with any
Bramleys
apple.
just as they are."
I wouldn't, but there are some apples towards like I would recommend you cook with this versus the other. Like bar none, Granny Smith is an apple that you can cook with that best works if you want and intend to see the apple. Like apple pie, you want to see the apple a lot more. So you want to have it hold its shape, and it has a better, it cooks better. It can hold its shape a lot better than than anything else. Your Empires, your Brayburns, your Honey Crisps, those are kind of like an in-between, and they work okay. But they can kind of disintegrate in a way and just turn into mush, and they don't hold their shape very well. And on the far end, from what I can think of, like Golden Delicious apples, love Golden Delicious, but they tend to be a little bit more mealy. And along with Red Delicious, Red Delicious and Golden Delicious tend to be very mealy, so they don't actually hold their shape very well. However, they do make good applesauce, because since they're going to be blended up to begin with, or if you're trying to make an apple butter, especially if you make an apple butter, there's a lot more sugar in that than like a Granny Smith, so that sugar intensifies, becomes nice and sweet, and is actually quite nice.
But let's make the apple pieces themselves, all of these green apples, because then we've got a little bit of difference between the filling and everything else in the pie, bearing in mind it is all going to be apple. And then I've got some apple juice. This was frozen. This is the second to last litre of apple juice I've got from that cider pressing.
Oh, it's cider.
Freezer. There's still a little bit of it slightly frozen, but
it's lovely.
Thawed out now. So that's going to go over the top of these apple pieces. Just weigh those.
You know
down.
what? I've actually am kind of I just remembered this. This is something I want to do for a stream.
And that's going to soak.
Kind of unrelated, but kind of related.
At the very least.
I really want to do cider. I really want to make cider donuts.
Slices that have been soaking overnight. Nice and floppy now and rehydrated, but rehydrated with apple juice. So doubly appley.
Doubly appley. I like this, lad.
That off into the pan because we're going to use that apple juice that's remaining for the sauce. So I'm going to put that on the stove and start that reducing before we do anything else. If you can hear white noise in the background, it's pouring with rain here today. So this is a pleasant Sunday afternoon activity.
Definitely seems like it.
Weird apple pies. I feel like I won't use that bit in the pie. It's just a bit discoloured. So now I'm going to cut these up into little cubes for my apple pie filling. And at the moment they're still quite woolly, but when that other apple juice has reduced a little bit, I'll cook them in there for a bit. They will absorb some more liquid.
So honestly, what he could do to also make this more appley, and also try not deviate from like not using anything, like reducing apple juice to make it more syrupy, make it more caramely is a great idea.
think
A
that's
better
sufficient
thing to
juice for
do
now.
is actually to
So the apple pieces can go in there,
make an apple butter.
which is going to take
Essentially, an
quite
apple
a
butter
moment
is like a step beyond applesauce.
because they're cold.
To where
So
to make
as
an
the apple
apple
pieces in,
butter, you essentially
I'm just
just
gonna
cook down
cook this,
apples low
simmer
and
it,
slow
and
for a
reduce it.
long period of
The
time.
apples
So
will
like how
probably
you
swell
would
up a little
probably
bit
cook
more.
like
Absorb
caramelized
some of the
onions.
juice, but also I want to drive off the water.
Because if you
out
cook
of here and make it
onions
more
long enough,
sticky.
they become very
So
syrupy.
this is not how I
They
would
can
normally
also
make
become
a
to a
filling
point
for
where
an
there's
apple
like
pie,
a
but if I was making a
nice
filling for an
they're
apple
almost
pie
like a turn.
conventionally,
They basically
there's
almost
a
turn
lot
into
of
like a
it where I add
puree.
some spice, maybe ground mixed spice, maybe cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, something like that. I'm not going to do that today.
Oh, that's
Not
sad.
because I don't like those flavors, but because this pie needs to be 100% apple. I switched to a slightly larger pan just because. Well,
So since he says it's gonna be
pieces slightly
100%
bigger,
apple, I'm
the
quite
liquid wasn't
upset
evaporating off the
because
top because there was just a layer
unless
of
he
apple
does a
on
lot
top
of
of it,
reduction and reducing
which
of
it wasn't
flavor,
reducing at all. It was
it's gonna
just
taste too
boiling
watery.
underneath.
Maybe
So
not so much with the
this is actually
filling,
now cooking
but
and
like salt
reducing
is
at the same
such a
time. It looks like
crucial
it's gonna
thing
come
when it
together
comes
about
to
right.
like baking
There's
specifically.
still way too much
You
liquid
don't
in there.
realize it, but
So
like
we'll just keep going.
sometimes
That's really
you,
not far off now.
when you're
Because
cooking
before it
something,
actually boils
especially for like pie filling and stuff like that, it's like,
always have a
this
slight
is like,
interlude
it needs something a little bit more, and you
I
don't
want
want to
this
add more
apple
sugar.
pie filling to have a sauce
Add
to it.
salt.
So I'm gonna very
Sweet and
briefly
salty
get
just go hand in
some of these
hand.
apples,
And I always find that
not the whole lot,
when I have an apple pie or
just
something,
like
it's like, this is good, but it's like, it needs something else, and it's
that.
always salt.
3 little blips.
But it looks like he's actually kind of doing like a mix. He's doing like a chunk mix.
And this will have to be stirred constantly
And
now.
yeah, he's almost like making like a chunky apple sauce in a way.
So I think we're getting close. I do need to make my filling a bit thicker than it would normally be in an apple pie because of what the crust is going to be made of.
Very smart to have that insight.
Because it will carry on drying out a bit as the steam dissipates. Now the tricky part, which I think stands to be the fun part too. So, my apple powder.
Mm-hmm.
So it did occur to me, I could just get a little dish, put some of this apple pie filling in the bottom of the dish, sprinkle some of this apple powder on top, and call it apple crumble. And done. But anyway,
He
I'm
could
going
do
to
that.
attempt to make apple pastry now. When I did this on
But
the
yeah,
video,
this is kind of funny because, like,
water,
honestly,
so I
the
dropped
biggest
apples,
issue when it
do that
comes to
now,
doing
because we're
this,
going for 100% apple
the
pie.
biggest issue when it
No
comes
other
to
ingredients, not
making
even
the
water,
pie
because
crust
apples
here
contain
is
water,
that since
but apples are not
the,
water.
what is it?
So anyway,
Since the,
we're going to hydrate this
since he's
with
not
juice.
using anything that has any fat or anything. Actually, no,
Keep it
wait, what am I
faithful
thinking?
to
You can
me.
just use, you could just use parchment paper
100%
because you're not
faithful.
technically eating that. So, and
Attempt.
that's like saying, oh, well, he's not
This
using an
relatively
apple
bright
pie
colour.
tin made of apple.
Doesn't it look
And he's not using apple spoons.
right?
Oh,
So
blah,
we've
blah,
got
blah,
some
blah.
sort of apple dough
I think
there.
this kind of is like,
It's a bit
okay, you can
sugar
use
in
parchment
there,
paper.
and
I
some
think parchment paper
cellulose.
will work
Will have
fairly
trouble getting
nicely.
that not to stick to a non-stick surface.
But yeah, to
So
stick
I
to
do
a
have a cunning
non-stick
plan.
surface, the best way to circumvent that is...
Diagonally line that
Okay.
pie dish.
I'm concerned. I hope he's not gonna bake that plastic, because that would be... Listen, lad, we already get so many microplastics in our food, but you don't need to put more in there, you know?
Like that. And then
So far, I really like how he's like kind of thinking out of the box for this. I think it's fun. I think doing something like food stuff like this is really fun.
make a pie case like that.
It tries to make you think a little bit more creatively and whatnot. That looks phenomenal, actually. That doesn't look bad.
Yeah, massage
That actually looks quite good for a crust made of just apples. 100% apples. That's quite impressive, though. Once more, the biggest issue is just
Now, I could just oil
sticking,
these or butter
but
these dishes
just
and that would stop
parchment
this from
paper.
sticking
Don't think too
more
hard
likely.
about it.
But again, we are in this.
Therefore, we
100%
can't.
apple
Right, okay.
mode.
So you use parchment
Therefore,
paper, or like wax
we
paper, or
must
something
do
like that.
Right. Okay. Another plan is required. At least I know this is releasing okay from the cling film.
Is that...
So this was the bag from inside a cereal packet, which happened to split all the way along the seam.
Hmm.
What I'll do, I think,
Please don't
is
bake.
roll that out in between. Start again with a ball.
Yeah, you might need
got any doughiness to it because it is just apple.
it's all just
My
sugar.
attempt is to just roll that out with a rolling pin between the two.
Oh, you know what okay, this is another stupid thing to think about, but like, you know, probably a better way of doing it than just rolling it out by hand, although it is working. You know, like a tortilla press? A tortilla press would actually work very nicely here. All you have to do is just press it down, and there you go. You got your little puck.
It looks like it's about the right diameter, maybe a bit more, because it's got to drape down into the pie dish.
One big smoosh, exactly. I have I have a tortilla press, and it's one of my favorite things to have.
Film onto that side.
It makes it definitely makes what is it? Making tortillas very easy, and I just love tortillas. Fresh tortillas just go so hard, so good. And also with even he's having a bit of difficulty here, but you know what would be something that would actually probably help him out a bit is that if he had time to let it refrigerate, because I imagine it's probably room temp at this point. If he had time to let it cool down and seize up together and get chilled, it would actually be a lot more beneficial for him to actually freeze it. Or not freeze it, but refrigerate it so it gets cold, and then the cold makes it easier to peel off.
Now I've made this dough, added some more dry ingredient to this as well. So this is now a bit drier as well.
Yeah, that's a very good idea, but I know my ass would be like, no, I can't do this because I have such a limited amount of apple powder.
A little dusting of apple flour on the top.
It's one thing when you have like a 50 pounds or something, but then it's a completely different ballpark when it's like, oh, I only have 1 pound of this, so I essentially only have one shot at this. Ooh, look at that.
That appears to have worked. I still don't want to put this directly into this pan because it will just stick. I'm certain of it. However, hopefully now we can ease this crust into place. Well, that went a bit smoother that time. That seems like it's working. Just got to make sure it's all the way down to the bottom so we don't.
Ooh, is he gonna freeze it?
I'll just flatten off this top here so that we're ready to accept a top crust.
Because usually that is something you would do.
Fiddling around anyway. I think the filling is actually cooled down. So I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to make some more apple pastry for the top crust. Getting a bit low on apple dust now, but I can always make some more. All right, here we go then. So that's my top crust ready. Just offer that up, make sure it's big enough. It's not quite big enough. Just roll it a little bit further that way.
I really wouldn't be able to do this without nibbling on every piece. Honestly, same. When it comes to stuff like this, the biggest issue would just be like, oh geez, I gotta stop eating. These ingredients are so crucial, I can't, like, waste anything, but like, yeah. That apple pie filling looks phenomenal though, that looks really nice. No cornstarch, no thickening agent, nothing. That's great, that looks good.
Top crust.
Looks like slightly more appetizing, a slightly more appetizing coffee puck. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, for what it is, this looks really nice. I'd be very happy to try this.
This is fragile.
Just because it's so unique. The filling looks sort of like pudding. Yeah, I will say it has more of a sort of a look to it to like, what is it? It has more of a like of
Not happening.
applesauce above all else. My mans, I wish I could tell yous, and I know this video, the videos are inherently pre-recorded, but like, if he did, like, let's say freeze it or refrigerate it, that would actually, make it a lot less adhesive.
That is a mess.
Oh, he's doing the thing that I do all the time. It's like, oh, I'm so close to the end, fuck it, just break it.
Pastry off the edge here like this. Because I will use those.
I wonder though, is he actually gonna bake it? Bake it?
Patch up this crust.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we're going to get away with this.
I think we're gonna get away with this. Oh, that's awesome.
At least so far.
That really does look so good.
Integrity at all. So
No, that looks really good though.
is build up
I've seen worse apple pies in this world, and that does look quite nice. No, don't do the juice yet. No, 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 no. Don't do it right now, because it's gonna loosen it's gonna loosen it. Oh, and the apple powder on top though. That's quite. Oh, how stylish.
Dust it on.
I would honestly do that at the end though.
Press it down. Okay, well, it kind of looks a bit like a pie. We're not remotely out of the woods yet, though. However,
Crimping the edges.
A little crimp around the edge if we can.
Very cute. He has to make the vents. If he's gonna go through the crimping, you gotta make the vents now.
I think maybe another layer of apple juice, just to try to bind that apple dust together. And then one last little dusting if there's enough in there.
Well, if you
all right,
he definitely has a lot of asbestos in there. Apple asbestos, sorry.
Baking tray, non-stick reusable baking liner. These are usually super non-stick. I'm making sure I haven't got the cling film.
Ooh, is he gonna try and flip it?
Invert that onto there. The dish should just come off because that's just held on by the cling film.
Ooh. Oh, baking it upside down. That's actually smart. I honestly would just use, parchment paper. But no, that's actually a really smart idea.
A low oven, probably like 150 degrees Celsius, for as long as I dare. Now, I'm not sure this is a good idea. In fact, I'm not sure any of this project is a good idea. But I am going to pierce a little steam vent in the top here.
What's the difference? What difference does it make to bake it upside down? Well, it's not really much of a difference to bake it upside down versus the ladder, but it's just because he's not using any sort of fat to try and make it so it doesn't stick to the pan. So he's actually being very smart to actually do it the opposite way, because then the bottom crust will get cooked without sticking to the pie tin. And what he might do, well, I think that's really it. So he gets a perfect pie. He can put it back in the tin. It doesn't stick, and it's just quite smart.
I'll just paper over the cracks here. Okay. I just ate raw dough. How about that?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to leave that to cool. I think we're cool enough to handle now. So here goes.
Completely intact. Money.
Cracked.
Oh, it cracked.
Okay. That's going to go onto there.
Oh, that looks
like that.
The lad did a great job with it, though.
Actually, this may turn out to be a disaster.
Oh, come on, be a little bit more optimistic, lad. It looks grand.
That will constrain it into pie shape.
Mm-hmm.
Only the top is now going to receive further baking. Just going to see if we can actually repair this crack.
Don't worry. If you don't have to repair it, my man. You're doing great.
Although that is all soaking in. Okay. Only actually got the rather coarse pieces of apple now. Let's just see if we can do a little repair.
But yeah, doing a blind baking on the backside, because doing it on the other side would be a little bit more difficult because it would stick to the pan. Doing it like this is actually quite smart because it helps bake the bottom pastry or bottom apple dough, and it should dry it out, and that should mitigate a bit of the crust sticking. But still, honestly, for me, I would still recommend to make a cartouche, or probably line the bottom at least with a bit of parchment paper, so it doesn't have any ability to stick.
Everything. This is not going to go crispy. It has dried out. and it has browned. I daren't take it any further than that, or else it will just catch. You can already see it's actually started to toast a little bit in places. That's as far as I dare take it. Anyway, I'm going to leave that to dry out now, and then we'll give it a taste. The dish is now cool enough. I'm going to try to turn this out.
Wait, if it doesn't stick though. Oh, wait.
Is it going to come out?
Tap the tin. Tap the bottom of the tin. No, don't shake it. Tap the tin. Tap the tin.
Oh, good. Okay, well, it's in one
Ooh.
piece-ish. And then back
Amazing.
over again.
Oh,
So here is the finished 100% apple pie. So
excellent.
you've got a little bit of crispiness to the crust. Not as much as I would have liked, but it is a crust.
The
Next thing
crust?
I think I need to do is just try to cut a photogenic wedge out of here for the thumbnail.
The crust looks quite nice. I can't lie. The color is very nice. It doesn't look completely raw, like very sad and raw. Oh, and the inner filling set it up perfectly. Oh my god, phenomenal work, man.
Apple pie. I wonder what it tastes like.
Oh, I wonder what the
This
apple
is your
pie.
first revelation. It tastes of apples. What else could it taste of? The experience is pie. There's a crust here, look. And a little bit doughy. But that's because of the journey we've been through. You watch the whole process, you know why that happened. The flavour is just intense, complete apple. It's quite remarkable, actually. There is nothing to get in the way of the apple flavour. The apple filling is a little bit on the sharp side because we used the Bramleys rather than the dessert apples. But there's no sugar. There's no added sugar in this. There's just the natural sugars in the apples. There's nothing except apples in here. And yet it tastes sweet enough. And it does taste kind of like a pie. The illusion of pastry is definitely there. This little part was recorded afterwards in case you're wondering why there's a continuity issue with the completeness of the pie. This is not one of my criteria for whether something is a pie or not, but you can pick up a slice of this and eat it with more or less the same handling and properties as you would have with a piece of genuine apple pie with a pastry crust. I think it's a pie. Jenny actually asked to try a little piece of
Oh,
pie.
they'll jump there.
Pie, and enjoyed it. And Jenny agrees that this is definitely a pie. We are definitely experiencing pie when we eat this, despite its unusual composition. So there we go. That is the 100% apple pie. I don't know if anybody else has ever done that. I didn't research this. It's just an idea I had. I just went off and did it. Is this a world first? I doubt it. But there we go. 100% apple pie. I hope that's been interesting. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.
Okay, that was actually a really interesting video to watch, though. That was cool. That was genuinely a really good video to watch. I think that was a fun watch right there. I will say though, first of all, I find that very cute. Just like a guy just on he's just like he decided to spend a weekend to just make a 100% apple pie. I find that so charming. I find that really cute. I will worship you forever if you make that. I love that. I would love to make it, but the issue is that I don't have a dehydrator. And a dehydrator is out of the budget right now. I don't have the means to make that. But that was really cool. That was awesome actually to watch. Just because I assume this guy doesn't really have much. The guy was just your average Joe, you know? He was just kind of there, just making an apple pie with just apples. And that's remarkable that he got as far as he did without having like a lot of professional experience. Now there are some things I would do that would be a little different. Like trying to make an apple butter, like really getting it nice and syrupy and nice and rich and stuff like that. Like apple butter is like pretty much like an apple sauce that's gone caramelized, and then dehydrating that and using that as a sugar, like an apple sugar. And then you can make that coarse, and you can put that on the top as like a coarse a coarse sugar topping. So that would be very nice. The filling, I'd probably do the same thing as he did, honestly. Some of it chunky, but some of it also thick, so it can actually stay together. The crust, the only thing I would do differently is just use parchment paper. Well, honestly, I don't think I would really deviate from what he did. He knocked it out of the park. It was a great watch. That was great. Now I have to make like now there's something that has to be done now because I'm just thinking about it and it's really stupid. But a 100% bread, is that something that's even possible to do? I don't know. But 100% bread, that sounds quite silly. That sounds really fun. Hold on, I'm just looking at some silly things right now. Alright, okay, cool. As funny as it is to say, I kind of feel kind of pooped. I'm kind of tired, lads. Your boy, your baker lad, your baker... I don't like... Your lad, your man's me right here. I feel quite fatigued. I actually feel really tired. And it's... Sounds about right. It's like 9:09. So I think I might just trail out the rest of this night on my own. I think today was a good day. I think today was fun. Did a whole lot of yapping, made some bread, reacted to a video. I think that's a good day. Alright, if that is the case, let me see if I can send you guys off somewhere. You guys want to go see a... okay, so here. I have... Okay, you have 5 options. You want to go watch someone play with Wuthering Waves? Do you want to watch someone play Minecraft, Sonic 06, Uma Musume, or do you want to go to someone who is also just chatting? You have your choice. Those are your categories, and I am not gonna tell you anything else. What would you like to do? Because if you don't choose right now, Sonic 06 in 2025? Yeah, someone's playing a good pal of mine is playing Sonic 06, so yeah, those are your choices. Do you want to go see Sonic 06? You want to see Uma Musume? Just let me out. Well, you know what? You're here forever now. Now that you said that, you're here forever. I ain't letting you go. Hell yeah, I want to go see some Sonic 06. Alright, if that is the case... Ooh, wait. On YouTube side, I'll send you guys to somewhere else because, you know, I can't send you guys to the same place, unfortunately. But it looks like... I think I'll send you guys to go watch Uma Musume. Yeah, I didn't play Uma Musume and I really wanted to, but no, you guys go to the Uma Musume realm. Okay. Well, hey, lads, for the lads who are going to go see Goosty B, I am sending you guys to go watch her play Sonic 06. She's playing that. And yeah, you lads on Twitch have a good time. If you want a raid message, here is a raid message if you would so very like to use. And yeah, thank you all for tuning in today. I will try and stream as soon as I can. If you want to know when I stream next, just be on my Discord, because usually I announce there in the general chat, like, hey, I feel like streaming a day. I don't like making schedules anymore. I used to, but now I'm kind of like, yeah, schedules are for squares, and I'm a circle. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Thank you all for tuning in today. I hope you guys have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, and or evening. And I will see you around when I see you next. Have a good rest of your night. Otsukichi, everyone. And ciao. Bye-bye.